one like the other one. It's going all the way up like a turtleneck and something stuck like a cat in a tree. And yes, it's me, the P for the V. J1, that's the only great one left. Yes. Double tap that screen if you know what I mean. It don't cost you nothing to press that button. We back for another one like the other one. Popping like over Redenbacher. All of the above, the protocol and the pro to call. Holla at me. We're gonna chop some game up today. We're gonna chop some actual game. You know what I'm saying? That a lot of you lames have to pay change for me to even explain. You know what I'm saying? But you know, being that it's a shame out here that a lot of y'all just brains is estranged from the game, it's necessary for me to explain the lane to be able to maintain. All right, too much sauce. What's up though? How y'all feeling? How y'all feeling today? I'll wait till some people come in here. Matter of fact, let me share this. Don't go nowhere. Wipe your feet at the door. You know it's a store. Double tap that screen. Yeah. And y'all know I've been cooking up. Y'all know I've been cooking up like fish grease, man. Some of y'all heard a little snippet of what we was producing yesterday. What's up, y'all? I see y'all. Double tap that screen, man. Hit the like button. That's what we did yesterday. I don't know if y'all can hear it. Got a little snippet. I don't know who I think I am, but I'm on that. Nigga said.
I see devils wearing Prada. Cubans on the collars of my shadows. Biggest up in my big mama. They say your daughter is a street nigga karma. I still gotta keep that grada. Cause I can't let them turn me to a martyr.
No.
But I gotta be somebody she proud of. So
Right.
taking over Nino at the Carter.
Nino did take over the card, okay.
I know they know our guns go off for show. Make us do another demonstration. You know, get back out no limitations. Take souls, make roads, closing exotic homes. We got ice on us like immigration.
Ice on us like immigration, okay.
Born in the pain, in the game, hoes love it. Ain't nothing changed since my pops gold nuggets. Back you slip strains on the plane and bro luggage.
What else?
We was hitting stains in the same old bucket.
Facts.
They break up my name and they change the whole substance.
Haters.
Try to put stains on it cause they don't cut it. Been chopping blades like machete. Chains kinda heavy. Don't get cold without your thing or with a thing.
That's the devil's game.
Cubans on the collars of my shadows.
Oh, that's it.
Biggest up in my big mama.
How that shit sound, y'all?
Cause
I can't let them turn me to a martyr. I gotta be somebody she proud of, so I'm taking over, man. Yeah. I know they know our guns go off for show. Absolutely, you should. You said badness vibes.
762 rounds sounding like dynamite. Serious out here playing.
They ain't sounding right.
With the boys, baby, make something out. They be talking like sharks, but they really real flounder like. I live a power life, trying to go ghost on it. The most wanted, that don't tarnish.
Shining like a diamond that was once cold on them. Give your soul to these hoes, they gon' have a hold on you.
Cubans on the collars of my shadows. Biggest up in my baby mama. They say your daughter is a street nigga karma. I still gotta keep the grada. Cause I can't let them turn me to a martyr. But I gotta be somebody she proud of. So I'm taking over Nino at the Carter.
Hey.
I know they know our guns go off for show.
Whoa! What y'all think about that? Some Pokemon card animation says stop it. Could you play Big Girls Don't Cry? No, I cannot. I'm not a DJ. I'm not here taking requests. I'm sitting here literally playing the song I just recorded for my people. We don't take selections here, brother, respectfully. And look, we got 7 times as many people here as we do likes, so make sure you double tap that screen. You know what I'm saying? Double tap that screen if you know what I mean. We about to get in there some chop. You know what I'm saying? We're going to chop this fable, chop this up. All right, let's get into it. Did I make that beat? Yes, I did. I made that beat right here on this phone. You know, I look like an MMA fighter. Well, I've been a fighter in life for many years, man. Unfortunately, just never a professional one, man. But I might be getting in the ring very soon, ironically. You know? Hey, it's my birthday today. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, man. Many blessings to you. I wish you more birthdays. I hope you have the best day you ever had in your life today, man. You know? My dude, I'm still broke as shit. What can what can I finna do? Hey brother, we gonna have to figure it out together, man. I'm trying to figure out how to get to another bag too, man. You know what I'm saying? And look, if I don't care that you're gay, you know, that's not a thing here. Some of y'all come in here trolling, talking about gay, gay, gay. We don't care about that. We don't judge people here in Jonesland, bro. All right. So if you're going to troll, cool. Just pay your toll. Double tap that screen if you know what I mean. It don't cost you nothing to press that button. And you can come in here and talk about whatever you want. Just don't make it about, sex. Don't make it about anything negative, and you're good. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He says, do I rap too? I do rap. I do rap, but as you can see, I produce too. So this is that beat. See, see it moving, and the melody just come to me. I'm like, I'm like, da 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 da. You know what I mean? I know they know our guns go off for show. Make me do another demonstration, nigga. Fuck you, man. That shit fire, nigga. That shit is fire. I'm fake hype about that one. I know that's fire. He said tough. Yeah, that's tough, man. Thank you. Michael J. White. No, Serious Jones. Okay. But how much for the beat? I ain't gonna lie, I don't think I'm selling that beat, bro. You have to cash me out crazy. But I could just make you another one, you know what I'm saying? As you can see, it's not a lot for me. I just make you another one. You know what I'm saying? Same type of vibe, same type of fire. I got fire for y'all, man. That's another one that I just did. I play you this. This is the one I did. I made this beat too. And as y'all can see, I'm on worldwide vibes.
No stranger to badness. Turn a God-fearing man to a savage. And all night, how you dream about murder? I can't lie, I be dreaming about murder. Man try to stick me up like a cactus. Can't rest till he rest in the casket. Cause when I sleep, I be dreaming about murder. I can't lie, I be dreaming about murder. Just trying to send his soul up to Almighty God. And Lord, I pray you forgive me. But I want a grave, though you dig me. Can't be afraid that they'll give me. And when we roll up, rifle small. Head tap, head tap. Got it, but it's about to get back, get back. Now the smoke niggas want it dead, 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 dead. Around here they take numbers off the census. Head tap, leave a small mouth senseless.
You know what I'm saying? Which one y'all liking better? He says, yeah, get to sending them. I don't know what that means. Do you have any released songs? Of course. We got Meet the Wolf out right now. We got G.I. Jones out right now. We got Afro Jones out right now. We got TCOF out right now. We got the Art of World War book out right now. We got a whole lot of unreleased stuff out right now. So we got a lot of stuff that's released and unreleased. So tap in, check it out. It must be tiring being tough all day, bro. It's time we go to the beach and battle rap about the good life and cook. I don't know what you're talking about, brother, but if you're listening to the music that I'm making, I'm already on the beach, brother. I'm on the beach doing positive things. This is beach vibes, brother. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't care about no damn tough, bro. I'm a player, man. I'll be laid back, relaxing. And that's what this is about. That's what this live is about today, man. And I'm gonna just dive right in it. First of all, we got double the amount of people that we got likes was unacceptable. So everybody looking at me right now, I need you to double tap the screen right now. Or leave. If you're gonna be a hater, just leave. We don't need you. There's not a whole lot of people here anyway. Just get out of here. Or double tap the screen and participate. Don't be an asshole. So, okay. And stop saying that. We already covered Geechee Gotti 2 days ago. If you want to go talk about that, free Geechee Gotti, okay? We on point over here. We cover all the issues. We spoke about Geechee. We spoke about how some of y'all want to troll him and all this other stuff. Free Geechee Gotti. I pray that he gets free soon as possible. Gets home to his family. We not, dragging that issue over here, brother. We focused on, elevation. And not this is not a battle rap channel, bro. So some of y'all that know me from battle rap and y'all want to come here and talk battle rap with the battle rapper, you're in the wrong place. Fuck out of here, respectfully. That's not what this is. My life is way bigger than battle rap. My legacy is way bigger than battle rap. And some of y'all just don't understand that. So either shut up and no disrespect, but shut up and listen and learn something new, or go somewhere else if you just want to talk battle rap with somebody. That's not what this is. Okay? Yeah. Um, All right. Now you can, and this is the rules too. If you keep trolling, you're getting put in timeout. So okay, that's one, the first timeout person for the day. Woody, go stand in the corner, brother. You're being an asshole. I already told you to stop. You gonna keep going? Okay, cool. You can't rap. Okay, that's fine. Okay. You reported my channel. I've never reported a channel. Okay. Pick your nose and I'll sub and like. Okay. There you go. Right. Boom. You got to work for my like. No, I don't. You matter of fact, you're in timeout. Just since you said something stupid. Timeout. 5 minutes. Okay, so what we gonna talk about today? Yeah, he said fuck them trolls. Yeah, you gotta you show them who running shit. That's all. So, boom. While we here today, world, we gonna chop up some game. We gonna go into the mind of a Mac. We're gonna go into the mind of a player, the mind of a 16, of a P. Okay, for lack of better words, a pimp. All right. Double tap that screen. This is some good game that you ain't getting nowhere else. All right. Ain't nobody gonna give it to you like this. Pause. Nobody gonna keep it this real with you. Nobody's gonna bring you along, especially not for free. Okay. So, Jack Owens. I don't know what that means. It's hard to gain viewers and we're not worried about none of that. All right. So, the first thing that I like to do normally I like to see where y'all from and you know what I'm saying, who we got in the world and all that, right? But I don't even think we need all that today, right? It says King, peace, how you feeling? Um, why people say shot caller is the best all time? I don't know. So, all right. There's a saying that you gotta be born in. Like hoes are made, peas are born. Now this is what I will say. Because I was just on a live earlier or spaces where I was speaking with, um, some young ladies and we were having some good chat, right? We were talking about, just perspectives, right? We started off talking about God, ironically. We started off talking about actual church, and then we started talking some church, which is what they call, game, right? Now, there's a few you know, different people that are out right now musically and whatever that are pushing the envelope for like player music. Shout out to Larry June, shout out to Primo Rice, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to my boy PT Moolah, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to the pros, shout out to Rollo, you know what I'm saying? There's some guys right now that's, that got that P hop genre, you know what I mean, going, where they really just kicking player stuff. It's cool beats, you know what I mean. They promoting and putting game out there, right? But I think a lot of people, they don't understand that it's not as vague as they would like to think, right? A lot of people just want to believe that, well, if you're in that lifestyle, it's just a lifestyle thing and you're like everybody and whatever. Instead of understanding the perspective of our lives shape who we become, right? Our lives shape who we become. Our upbringing, the way our parents dealt with us, the way we're disciplined, the first relationships that we had, you know what I'm saying? That's what dictates who we become, right? And if you're gonna keep flooding my comments, I'm gonna block you, okay? I'm telling you right now, stop flooding the comment, bro. This is not King Von on BD. I don't care about all that. Rest in peace, King Von. You said it 10 times, bro. We fuck with Von. But chill out. Okay, time out for this guy. You know, y'all can't just come in here trying to mess up my stuff, bro. I know some of y'all is new and don't get it, but it's not gonna happen, okay? We've been here for a while. This is Jones land. We already got established protocol. If you're new, shut the F up and sit down and enjoy the show. Weird ass people. Anyway, so if you're somebody that that's had a certain type of upbringing, and I think certain things are genetic also, right? I think certain things are genetic, and it doesn't matter, you know, it's just who you are, right? Whether you was born here or there or whatever. But also, what we go through definitely shapes our perspective. It definitely trains us to think and move certain ways, right? Me personally, I can speak for me. My mom was a Leo. My mom was a very aggressive woman, very old school, disciplined. She comes from a long line of, you know, my grandpops was a soldier, rest in peace. What's up? I see y'all new people. Double tap that screen when you come in here, man. Wipe your feet at the door. You know what I'm saying? He said, my mom's a Leo too. So you know what that's about, right? Leo women ain't playing that shit. They really are lions in the way they think. They really are fierce about the way they, you know, direct and protect they cubs, usually, right? So growing up, I grew up in a household where emotions and talking about your feelings wasn't really a thing, right? And I didn't learn until years later why I became the man I was, right? It's mad people got Leo moms in here, huh? He said, right, straight to the point. You feel me? So it's like we didn't, a lot of us probably have grown up with these same issues of not really having sensitivity training, so to speak, right? Not really being in tune with your feelings and being able to be all feelingsy and cuddled and coddled and nurtured. And I never got to be a mama's boy. I used to be jealous when I saw other people getting that type of treatment. I was younger, I would be damn near hating when I saw somebody else just be, you know, I get in trouble in school and I really didn't do nothing. I always been hated on. I've always been hated on because I always thought like a player. I always liked, you know, being my own man. I didn't want to go with the styles what everyone else was doing. Ooh, I like this sweater and these hush puppies. So what? I'm 13 and 14 and going to school. They looking at me like, nigga, what the fuck is you wearing? In my mind, shit, I'm fly right now. That's how I grew up. I was always on that type of time. And people always looked at me like, nigga, Salim a weirdo. Like, why does he want to dress like that? Why does he talk like that? We had our own language, everything. I had my own little sayings that we would say with my crew, all that. So I had to fight for that. It wasn't that easy back in the day. You just be different. No, you got to fight to be different. You want to be different, you go to school, you know you're going to get tested. You know what I'm saying? You walk out this house with that jacket on, that starter jacket, that leather 8-ball jacket. You walk out of here with this basketball and go to the court, think you're going to just be playing, shooting around with your brand new basketball. No, The bigger, tougher kids are gonna take your ball, pause, and say, nah, we playing. And you're gonna be like, I gotta go. I gotta go, man. I'm gonna get in trouble. You know what? I gotta go, I'm gonna get in trouble. Nigga, so what? This our ball now. You said naturally disturbing people's demons. Word. Just being yourself. Just shining. Just being the gifted person you are naturally bothers some people sometimes, right? So when you're going home and you're wanting that to know you have somebody on your side, right? Ma, they just this and this to me, right? You want your mom to say, I got your back, baby. And I love my moms, but that's not how it was. If I got in trouble in school, first thing she gonna say was, what you do? You must have did something. I ain't do nothing. Ma, the teacher's lying on me, or this happened, or that happened. No, I didn't get that. I mean, I did, I'm sure, when I was a little baby, but I didn't get that fucking nurturing mama's boy. Oh, don't worry, baby. Your mama got you. Don't worry. Everything's gonna be all right. That shit's making me emotional just saying that. I don't think I ever heard those words. I don't think I ever heard those words. Lay your head on mama's chest. Everything's gonna be all right, baby. I ain't never had that shit. You know what I'm saying? He says, word, it was get the F out of here. Boom, bap, bing. Exactly. Right? You know what I mean? That's what it was. It was iron fisted in my house. Pause. But also my pops, he's a Sagittarius. He's from the old school Harlem, bro. You know what I'm saying? My pops didn't really know his dad growing up. His mom died when he was a young teenager. The harder people, bro. They done been through real trauma. So we don't think about generational trauma in the black community usually. We don't usually have, the education of how to deal with our emotions in a positive way. You know what I'm saying? So being that was the case, it kind of put me in a position to where I didn't really understand how to do that positively. I had to learn through experience. I had to learn through trial and error. And what that did for me is it made me look at things from the perspective of what? AP. It made me look at things from the perspective of, I'm not going out like that. They're not gonna do, these girls ain't gonna do me like that, right? I'm not gonna be getting my goddamn heart broke, fuck that, right? That's how it makes you feel and think. Because I'm to think from a protective standpoint, right? And plus, especially if you didn't have the whole lovey-dovey part, because you're not craving that, right? You're looking at it like, shit, I'm not gonna wind up like this. And no disrespect to my dad, he was a great man. I saw him do all type of, sacrificing for us. And I didn't feel like my mom's a divorce. I used to be like, man, can y'all like split up already? Like, I'm tired of shit. Police at my house, all that shit. I'm not feeling that. You know what I'm saying? Wait, hold on 1 second, y'all. And the way you want to have them. You know what I'm saying? The way you want to have the way that you deal with women and stuff like that. When you were young, coming from, I don't want to say, because you know what I'm saying, it's not, coming from, I don't want to say, because you know what I'm saying, it's not, it wasn't really super ghetto in Inglewood. It's still the hood though, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Can y'all hear me? We good? You say your dad is Sagittarius too? Damn, we got a lot in common, huh? That's crazy. Can y'all see me well though? Can y'all hear me? Yes? No? Maybe so? What's up? I want to make sure we good, man. Don't have me talking, messing up the stream. Can y'all hear me, yes or no? Okay, thumbs up. All right, so being that, you know, I'm gonna answer y'all. Listen, once I start cooking, y'all gotta let me cook, yo. But I'm gonna answer some of y'all questions. I see y'all writing. I am not ignoring y'all, all right? So I'll try to incorporate some of y'all questions in what I'm saying if I can. But let me get to the meat of the sandwich because I really want y'all to feel where I'm coming from, right? So, all right. He says, how do you cope with loneliness? Well, first of all, this is one of the things that We go into what makes somebody become a Mac or P or, somebody that looks at life from a different perspective than a normal square, so to speak, right? So I'm just taking y'all on my journey, right? My first girlfriend, well, my first girl, because I never liked that word. I never liked that word, even growing up. My first girl, though, her name was Tata. Shout out to Tata. She was a Dominican girl that had just came to America not too long ago. And she was like the spicy mamacita in school. Everybody was like, she had a fatty back in the day. Now, mind you, we was 14 or something like that, but she had the fatty. She was like a little ass girl, you know what I'm saying? And everybody liked her. So she just came up to me one day and she said, "I your girl. I your girl." I said, "What you mean? You not talking to these bitches. You not talking to these bitches." That was her saying. You not talking to these bitches. Okay, right? Now, I thought that that was so cute and hilarious, one, right? Because I didn't really know what she wanted or saw in me, but I knew I was, I knew I was a boy by the time I was like 14, you know what I'm saying? I knew I was one of them niggas. I had already done enough things to show not only my neighborhood, but myself and my family that I was, capable of some next level shit, you know what I'm saying? Um, at the Million Man March, I had came up with an idea that made $25,000. Okay, I designed this shirt. I got my dad to put up some bread. I found the place to print them up, and we printed them motherfuckers up and made $25,000 that day. I was 14 years old. So I knew, oh shit, I can make some crazy shit happen, right? I'm not thinking about y'all being, you know, thugs and sitting around listening to Tupac and all that shit. I never cared about that fake thug image. I always looked at y'all niggas like, man, y'all niggas is weird. Get some money. So now that I knew that I can make money, right? And I'm 13, 14. Now I'm seeing, damn, we can make 20,000 in one day. How am I supposed to go back to school and sit there and listen to y'all talk about whatever? And Wu-Tang, you gotta go, because lying is something I never do on here. I almost said something about your kids, but I'm not even gonna allow you to make me negative. You have a nice life, brother. I never lied, but you're a weirdo. But God bless you, okay? That's one thing I'm never do on this channel is lie. And if anybody knows me, you know that, on my daughter's life. But anyway, he's out of here. But yeah, so 25K is what we made that day. We had 25, we sold 1,000 shirts for $25 a piece. And we actually sold out in like the first couple hours because we got a booth, right? And then we wound up selling them wholesale because they was going so fast. We said, shit, let's just sell the rest wholesale for 25 and someone else will sell them for 30. Boom, got them off, right? So I'm from Jersey originally, Aya. So boom, now I know not only the power of my mind, but now I know the power of game, right? Now I know, like, damn, if I got a mission, if I believe in something and I got somebody else with me with it, we could do that shit together, right? So that's the way I thought about it. That's the way I thought about life now, because now I done it, right? Now this is with my father. This is with my little brothers, right? This is with my family, right? So boom. He said, you so goated, I'm a sub to you. I appreciate you, that's love. So boom. So Tata comes up to me, the Dominican that everybody in the school is liking, and she basically tells me in so many words, I'm your new bitch, basically, right? And she just says, the only rule is you're not talking to these bitches, right? Now, mind you, I wasn't kissing on Tata. We didn't have sex. She just saw the game in me, I guess. She saw what all these other girls didn't see or didn't appreciate, you know what I'm saying? So, okay, she saw that you are, that I was, I guess, somebody that, had some game about me because she didn't want me for sex. She didn't want me to, for the physical part because otherwise, why we ain't do nothing physical, right? All she cared about was being able to say she was my girl. All she cared about is being Miss Limo, right? Because I wasn't Jones yet. All she wanted to do was be the missus of me. She didn't want me talking to them other girls, and she wanted to be able to say to them, yeah, that's me. Now, I didn't know what that meant at that time, right? But I liked the idea of it because Tata was that bitch. She was the one everybody wanted, and I didn't care. I thought it was a smart business decision. I thought it was a smart marketing decision. This is the girl that everybody wants. She wants to be my girl. I don't care if we're not really in love or nothing. Fine. Smart arrangement to me. Cool. You can say you're my girl. That's what it was. Now, years later, shout out to Tata, I ran into her on the train. She had 3 kids with her. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, Tata. She's like, wow, oh my God, Salim. Hey, da 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 da, right? But the meat of the sandwich, pause, and the point of it is, this was the first person that literally came up to me and said, I want to be yours. You know what I mean? So I didn't know how powerful that will end up being later in my life, right? Because as they say, pimps get chose, right? A woman has to choose you. She has to decide to be yours, to say, no, 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 I'm with you. I see the value in you. I see what you're capable of. Now I'm yours. I'm giving myself to you, right? So, Tata, we was a fake little item for however long, I don't know, a year, whatever. We never really did nothing too physical, right? And boom. So the next one that I actually had a relationship with, I didn't have no relationships growing up, bro. Like, I didn't see the value of just having some fake girl that's, I can't tell you about this gun that I'm over here. I can't tell you about this thing I got stashed over here. If you're not gonna get outside with me and help me shovel these leaves or rake these leaves or shovel this snow or, whatever the hustles I was doing when I was, 14, 15, you know what I'm saying, 13. If you're not doing this stuff for me, then what's the point of you being my girl? That's the way I really looked at it. Because I can just have sex with these other people and just say bye. And that's what I was doing. So I had a white girl from Teaneck. If you know anything about North Jersey, Teaneck is like, the Bel Air to Inglewood being like Inglewood, California type shit, right? So if you get you a white girl from Teaneck, normally she got some money, right? She got a car, she got a daddy that's a doctor or something like that, right? So us hood niggas from Inglewood, we always wanted us a nice little white, girl from Teaneck. So I remember I had this white girl from Teaneck that had a van. I don't remember her name, but she had a nice big old ass, and she just was another one that was on me on some, like, nigga, I'm about to this and this to you. And I'm just like, okay, right? So I would let her just slurp me all up in this van, and she would just pull up on me, slurp my socks off, and just bounce all on top of me, pause, and then that would be it, right? And I'd be like, okay, bye, right? So I understood the value of, yo, if y'all keep trying to distract my chat, talking about battle rap shit, I'm blocking you. I'm letting you know right now. Fuck that shit. I don't care about no battle rap, bro. Get out of here with that shit. That shit is lame. We talking about life over here. If that's all y'all want to talk about, go to one of them other battle rapper niggas that don't have a real life. Talk to them about battle rap. We talking about life over here, brother. Okay? And I'm gonna put you in timeout since you're gonna keep talking. All right? For the rest of y'all, we here though. So the white girl, ironically, I remember my uncle pulled up, and he's in the Nation of Islam, right? Farrakhan's and all that. It's hard not to not read it, Lucid, when people just flooding that shit, you know what I mean? But she pulls up to the house at the same time of the Nation pulling up. Now imagine they pulling up in 3, 4 black trucks, hopping out with the bow ties. Assalamu alaikum, my brother. And here I got this big booty, tall white girl standing here, right? Assalamu alaikum, brother. I'm like, oh, what's up, kid? Right? So at an early age, I was already dealing with white girls, I guess, because we didn't grow up with them. We only had, shout out to Miriam Skernick, Sarah Dudzik, and Kendra Guild. And I remember all their whole names because those were the only white people in our school. That was the only white people in our whole school system. You know what I'm saying? So we never had, we never had that, right? So I learned, through Tata, through this white girl, what it felt like for a woman to just say, look, I'm just here to service you and I just want to be a service to you, right? It wasn't no, ooh, lovey-dovey, I love you, I care about you type of thing, right? I never knew what that felt like, right? So then I meet this girl from Queens. This is in my junior year in high school. I meet this girl from Queens. This is the only girl that I've ever had a like a square, I guess, relationship with. I met her. We used to go out to New York and all that since I was young. So it wasn't a big deal for us to go to Queens or go to Brooklyn or whatever, even though it was probably an hour and change away on the train. We was driving and everything. So it wasn't a big deal for us. We in Queens playing spades with these girls, and it was like everybody felt it. It was like in the room. It kind of was a thing to where everyone could just tell that we clicked. She was kind of goofy like me. Like, you know what I'm saying? We just kind of got along. And it kind of felt like, wait a minute, is this happening type shit? And it was kind of like, well, all right, right? So we just started kicking it. And I was feeling her and she was feeling me and she just became my girl, right? But we didn't have an agenda together. We didn't have any plans of what we were doing or anything. We were just young kids just enjoying life, right? Smashing, traveling, and this is the first person that I literally would consistently smash. I never had one of those. I never consistently smashed no chicks back then. I would smash and nice to meet you. I conquered that box, cool, on to the next. That's the way I thought about sex when I was a young nigga. I didn't want to keep smashing. For what? I already got it. I'm good. I won. You know what I mean? That's the way I thought about it. Get in and get out. Get up in there, get what you got to get going, and get up out of there before it gets too crazy. That was my logic, right? So now I got somebody that I'm consistently, you know what I'm saying? And, but I'm a realistic nigga. So this lasted for about a year and change, I guess. And now it was time for me to go away to school to Florida. And I was going to Florida, right? And this is why I say I make up my own words. And one of my words that I make up is pimp stinks, right? It's not instincts for me, it's pimp stinks. Because I just know certain stuff that I don't know why I know. There's no way for me to know, but I know. It's happened all throughout my life. And I'm giving y'all the real spiel, right? So y'all can go really into the mind of a real one and see why, instead of just judging or thinking you understand or whatever. Now you know. You ain't got to guess, right? So, okay. I told her. Now, mind you, she was family to me. She was really family to me because I taught her little brother how to walk. You know what I'm saying? Like her mom and everything was like damn near my stepmom. Like we cool, we family. She be around my family. She be at the house chilling. I'm a family affair nigga. If you my bitch for real and I fuck with you like that, that's it. We rocking, right? So I kept it this funky with her. I told her, listen, don't lie to me, right? I said, don't lie to me, whatever you do, right? And she's like, wow, why are you saying that? I said, listen, I'm about to go to Florida, right? I know you're going to be up here. You're going to be lonely and all of that. But look, if you do whatever you do, I don't want to know. Just don't cap, right? Just don't lie to me about it. Why are you saying that? I would never be with somebody else. That's messed up that you would even say that. All this shit. All right. I hear you. You know what I'm saying? Look, Murad, don't let him distract you, okay? That's a troll trying to disrupt us, all right? And I'm gonna put him in timeout too, just for being a dickhead. Let's give him 5 minutes to think about being an asshole, all right? Don't feed into, that's why I address the trolls here, because they're trying to ruin what we're doing here, y'all. The devil is at work. And a lot of these niggas is cornballs and demons that just try to ruin something positive. So don't fuck that nigga and his mama. But anyway, so long story short, this girl now, which is the love of my life, right? I loved it, that girl. I had loved it, her. Loved it. What the hell's wrong with me? I had loved, I guess. I thought I loved that girl. I love you too, man. So I told her, just keep it real with me, baby. You know what I'm saying? I was really that square back then. I was telling girls, Yeah, I got a girl, man. Yeah, I got a girl. I would say that, you know what I'm saying? Bitches trying to smash, and I would be like, yeah, I got a girl though, right? But something told me. So my freshman year, what's up? Greetings from Argentina. So my freshman year, I get to Florida A&M University. I get down there to FAMU, where this was the most turnt goddamn place you could be. The first day on campus, it was a shootout. The first day on campus at college. I'm like, the fuck? I'm walking down there, so all type of cars, chicks out there, big booty shorts. They out there, the bass pumping. Oh, the road, let me see it. I'm walking down the strip like, like, oh shit, this shit turned out here, right? Out of nowhere, oh, I'm running. I'm like, yo, this place is crazy, right? I'm like, oh nah, this shit is going down out here. So I'm knowing that, yeah, it's gonna be some shit, right? It's all type of girls throwing themselves at you. It's going down out here, right? So I start selling weed. Okay, Kato. Well, if you shut up and listen, you'll see what life I'm about, because everything I'm saying you can just Google and verify, brother. I'm the most about that life person that you've ever met, brother. I'm about this life that I'm talking about. I don't know what that life you talk about is. But anyway, I'm not even gonna block you. I'm gonna just, you know what I mean? So, boom. We got fake robbed the first week in college, because my man D from Jersey was selling weed out his dorm room. I was in his room just using his little beat machine. I'm using his little beat machine, and he told me, yo, if somebody comes in here, just tell him I ran out. I'm like, all right, cool. He said, I'll be right back. All right, cool. Niggas walk up in there nigga walked in there and said, yo, y'all got some weed? I said, nah, bro. He said he'd be back, right? I got the headphones on. Nah, he said he'd be back. And then I see the nigga do one of these. He country as hell. Oh shit! I stood up, took the headphones off. Yo, what you doing, bro? Yo, you got some blunts then? I'm like, bruh, what you need blunts for if you ain't got no weed? Next thing you know, niggas run in the back in the dorm room with shirts tied on their faces and actual sticks, like 2x4s. I'm like, man, what the fuck you gonna do with that? Nigga said, shut up, bitch ass nigga, and swung it at me, right? I did like this, and the shit broke on my arm. Shit broke on my arm, right? So I rushed them, you know what I'm saying? We in there tussling. I get up out of there. I run to my dorm room. I grab my roommate had a little 25 pistol, right? And I'm like, yo, give me the gun. He like, no. I'm like, nigga, let me get the gun, right? So I had a roll like this from another story that I'll tell y'all, but I had about $13,000 in a safe because I was doing some shit with the bank back then, right? They had misappropriated some funds, and I was going to the ATM every day and taking the max out. This is all in my freshman year in the first couple of weeks of college, right? So I'm taking the max out every day from the ATM. I'm scared to go in the bank, but I'm going to the ATM every day, taking $300 out. I think that was the max at the campus, $300 or $400. I'm taking the max out every day. I had got up to 22 transactions, right? So, boom, I just start throwing hundreds out. I threw 100, here. Gave him 100. No, man, that ain't enough. Here, gave him another. Here, gave him $300, and he like, all right, take it, right? So now I'm running around. This is the first week in college. I'm running around chasing niggas with a fucking gun, shootouts, all this type of shit. So when I call home, talking to my girl, right? Now, mind you, this is pre-cell phones. There was no cell phones yet. There wasn't no texting, hey, baby, you good, good night, whatever. The only niggas that had cell phones in the 90s was big, successful drug dealers. And you had that big one like this that was, you know, the car phone, right? So, all right, we got it. I got the joke, brother. If you keep typing it, I'm going to block you, okay? I got it. I got the reference, all right? Okay. Time out for you too, genius. So, all right. I don't know when y'all trolls gonna learn. You're never gonna win here. It's impossible. I'm untrollable. But anyway, so boom. Now I'm kind of I'm settling into the fact that this is about to be a crazy ass journey here in school, right? So I'm tapping in with my chick, right? And she's telling me all all this emotional drama stuff, right? I can't make it without you. I feel like I'm ready. She wrote me a letter and said something about she was ready to unalive herself, right? What? I'm like, okay, right? Now at this time I had a Thunderbird. I don't know if y'all ever been in a Ford Thunderbird, but them motherfuckers, especially the old school ones, what's up, Jake Bill? They're the size of two huge cars, right? So I used to, when you this age, you don't really got no spot yet, right? Now, ironically, I had a spot in Florida, but I didn't have when I come back for the holiday weekend. You know what I'm saying? Or I came back for the winter break, right? It's my freshman year. I come home for winter break, right? I come home for winter break, and I can't just bring my girl in the crib and smash, right? Unless nobody's home, right? So I would push the seat of the Thunderbird all the way up, right? And we'd be in the back. That would be my little lounge area, right? So we back in the back of the seat of the Thunderbird. I'm home, I'm here with my chick, right? My pimp stinks, man. I don't know why I know to do certain things. I just know, and it just tells me. Something told me to just go for it, right? So I'm like, man, where you was at last night? And she was like, what? I said, where was you last night? She said, I was with, this is word for word what she said. I'll never forget this shit. She said, I was with Alicia. We went and got some pizza and stuff. Now, mind you, Alicia was her little best friend. Shout out to Alicia, wherever she is in life. She was her little friend. But I said, no, you wasn't. I said, I called Alicia. She said she ain't even seen you. She just got quiet. I said, so just tell me who he is. She just busts out crying. Oh, man, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I love you. I didn't mean to. I was just lonely. Right? This is the moment now where I think about it as an adult. You are a piece, sir. You are a stomped down Mac. You are a macaroni about the cheese. You are not a normal man, sir. Because in this moment, I should have been heartbroken. I should have been. And a little bit I was. But I knew. Why did I know? I already knew, right? That's why I shot in the dark. Because I already knew. I just had to confirm to myself, right? So you know what I did? I swear to y'all on everything I love, this is what I did. I acted like I didn't care. She was crying and said, oh, can you forgive me? I'm like, yeah, I forgive you, baby. I forgive you. It's okay, right? You know what I did? I guided her head down. Yeah, I forgive you. It's okay. It's okay. As soon as that low shot out, that was the last conversation I ever had with that woman. That was the last time I ever spoke to that person, bro. And this is how crazy it is. I literally ran across this person recently, right? Recently, I swear on everything I love, I would never lie to y'all, bro. I literally ran across this girl in motherfucking Times Square, right? This is 30 years later, right? We grown ass people now. I was probably 17 then. I was 17, right? I literally, maybe not even 2 years ago, I'm on Times Square and she walked right past me. You know what I did? Bitch, I don't want to know you as an adult neither. Thank you, right? I kept it moving. Yeah, definitely about that life. Fuck you talking about. I'm glad you realized the error in your ways, brother. That's why I said I ain't blocking you. I'm gonna let you see for yourself. You know what I mean? You can't make this type of shit up. So, all right, boom. So this is how crazy the universe is, right? Because I guess she didn't see me, but somehow she found me anyway. I swear to God, like 2 weeks later, I start getting all these likes on our page. I'm like, who the fuck is this? And you know you hate when people do that. People think that's showing love, but just for the record, that's annoying as hell. Don't do that, man. Just liking every goddamn post. Now I can't see nothing else on my feed besides you liking everything. I can't even go back to the other stuff, nothing, because it's all, the whole feed is you. So I'm like, who the fuck is this doing this? I'm irked as hell. I'm like, man, what the hell? You know what I mean? I click on the page, it's her. Guess what? She's happily married with kids. Talking about my king, da 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 da, right? And we don't even play like that. I don't have no child nothing allegations. That's corny as hell for you to even try to put that in my chat. So I'm gonna just block your ass because you're a weirdo. That's never been a thing, and that's lame for you to even try to do. Some of y'all really evil. But anyway, I'll kill this. Matter of fact, but yeah, death to all chomos and all that shit. We don't play like that. But anyway, so Shorty is, y'all be trying hard to distract me. They be trying, boy. They be just coming out of left field with anything. Y'all really, the devil be working. Y'all niggas is sad. But anyway, so Shorty starts DMing me. I let her like everything and didn't say nothing on purpose, right? I just let her like stuff. She keeps liking stuff, keeps liking stuff. What's up, Dagestan? I don't know who the hell it is. So she just liking stuff. I just let her keep liking stuff. But I don't say nothing. Then she starts DMing me, right? I guess she can't take the silence, right? What's going on, Jonathan Hart? We over here chopping up some stories and some game about life in the mind of a Mack, right? And how I got to think the way I think and the reason why my life has went the way it's went. And the lessons that maybe you might be able to learn from me, all right? That's what we're doing, okay? It says, watching from Kenya, subscribe. Shout out to Africa, man. Afro Jones all right now. I can't wait to come to Africa. I love y'all. Abarigani. If you're in Kenya, that means you might be speaking Swahili. Salute, brother. So boom. And look, X stars, whoever you are, stop typing that in the chat, brother. We get that. I look like John Jones. Okay, you said it 17 times. I'm gonna block you. You say it one more. Anyway, so Shorty's like crying, da 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 da. I get the top. I never speak to her again. Now she's in my DM 30 years later, talking about, I always knew you were gonna make it. I always knew you were gonna be somebody important. I can't believe you did all this stuff. I can't da 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 da. I just stopped her. At first I ignored it, and then I just said, what do you want? Do you wanna fuck? With a question mark, right? Tactics. I got tactics. Do you wanna, right? She goes, wait, what? I mean, I'm just, trying to see what's up and exactly. 30 years later, you still the same out-of-pocket ass bitch. You got a grown-ass muscle-head man with the dumb eyes. You know them dumb-eye niggas. They don't know bitch is a hoe, right? He don't know his wife is a fucking slut. He over here smiling with the happy dumb eyes with his kids and her. You talking about my king and all this shit, and you in my DM still trying to get this old thing back. You trying to get some old dick and some old companionship, and you still don't learn. You ready to throw your whole family away. So I said to her, what, do you want to fuck or something? What you want? She's like, whoa, we can hang out, but I just really wanted to kick it with you. And I said, exactly, bitch. You still ain't learned your lesson. You still the same out-of-pocket ass bitch, right? She starts like, you know what I mean? I can't believe you're talking to me like that. Like, that's messed up. I just da-da-da-da-da-da. Man, block, right? This is the lesson here. He said, this is real game right here. Listen, the lesson is people gonna be who they are, bro. That's who she been from day one. My stupid ass loved her. I cared about her. I loved her. That was my peoples. We had all type of fun. We was like freaking frack. But she was a hoe. Excuse me. She was a slut. She was a jump off. She liked having sex. She liked partying with whatever she did. Right? I never saw that side of her until I did. I saw it in her. A harlot, right? A harlot, a whore, you know? All of those things. Now, even though she's a married woman with children, she's still willing to be that jump off for the right guy. 90% of you niggas are married to a woman like that. 90% of, maybe might be more, maybe a little less. A lot of y'all, he said, players F up too, Jones. You feel me? I was a young player, but this is one of my first things that shaped the way I thought. Now imagine how I feel now, right? I was out here lit, telling bitches, nah, I got a girl in another state, actually standing on it. I could see why you look good. Thank you. But I'm actually standing on being loyal to my square girlfriend while she's over here blowing wood, getting her back blown out. Yeah. So what you think? I'm not gonna learn from that? Now this is what happens. Was it good though? Yeah, it was. And she had these big old juicy thighs. She had these big old juicy thighs, and she used to just sit on my shit, paws, and just ride me, and yeah, it was good. But it ain't nothing, ain't no box in the world good good enough for me to sacrifice my manhood. That's just me. I don't know about y'all. There is no box, no top, no nothing in the world good enough for me to cheat my peas. Okay? And that's the difference, right? He says, bro, I love your life story. Man, this shit is crazy. So, all right, and this is just a chapter, right? So, okay, rest in peace, Brick. My guy, so around this same time, after this, I just started hitting everything, right? Now I'm free, right? Now I'm like, shit, it's time, right? It's time. It's now, okay. You gotta be in timeout for that. We're not doing no gay stuff, brother. You lucky I ain't blocking you. I'm gonna put you in timeout though. So now, oh, it's party time. I'm in Florida A&M. If y'all know the FAMU, everybody know about FAMU. FAMU is party central, brother. Even though it's a great school, shout out to FAM, it's really not a joke. Well, shit is, right? So, all right, boom. So I go, to start my journey as a hustler in school. The first thing that I started doing was cutting hair, right? I had taught myself how to cut hair already because I know hair always gonna grow, right? So I started cutting niggas' hair. And you said I missed how you found out. There was no finding out. I just knew. I just took a shot at her. I just saw what she, saw the way she reacted, right? Bitch, where was you yesterday? Oh, start stuttering, saying this and that. Oh, got you. Just like that. That's all. Some of y'all, that's all you got to do is apply some pressure, and you're going to see. She going to show you who she is. You're going to know by the reaction. You just got to know how to look for the reaction. If you ask a woman a question, and the first thing she do is hesitate or this, she lying, brother. You know what I'm saying? Because if you wasn't, you would, a girl can't wait to, especially if she think you accusing her of something she ain't doing, she gonna be mad. She'll be, what? I was da-da-da-da-da. You know what? You can check this and this and da-da-da-da, right? She gonna be on your ass for even trying to treat her like that. If she's doing the opposite, it's crazy. So boom. So now I'm throwing parties, right? I'm cutting hair, I'm selling weed, and I started throwing parties, right? Because after that first semester on campus, where we was in these cramped ass dorm rooms, I'm like, man, I can't live like this. This shit ain't player. And at that time, I literally had about 20 bands in the bank, right? I had about 20 bands in the bank from I got in a car accident where my knee, right? See, y'all don't know all this stuff. I don't know all this stuff. But see that thing on my knee? I got in a car accident and basically had to get surgery on my knee. And I got 30 bands for it, right? They gave me 30 bands. And I remember going to the bank and literally they said, all right, again, somebody else calling me a liar, fuck your mother, and you're gone for good. But yeah, I go to, no, it wasn't the ACL, it was the MCL. I tore my MCL, the one in the middle, right? And they gave me $30,000, right? And I remember going to the bank and literally the lady said, we only have small bills. I'm like, that's fine, right? And I remember sitting there on my bed. I just kept looking at all the money on my bed. I would just throw it around on my bed and shit like that. And it was like, that shit was weird, right? Okay, another one. And another one. Some of y'all just evil, bro. Y'all want me to be capped so bad. Shit is crazy. Morning, brother, watching from Australia. Salute. You know, nah, it's no scam, Sam Hyde. It was just a lawsuit, right? I got hit by a car on a bike. You know what I mean? They settled out of court for 30,000. Boom. That's not crazy. Probably could have got more, right? So now I got this money, right? And I had also been doing my little hustle stuff and whatever, and I got a scholarship at school. So I got excess bread, right? So now I'm like, you know what? They don't think I'm lying, brother. They're just hating, bro. Don't even feed into them. Let me do my job in moderating them suckers. But I don't got my guy moderating that normally be here. I don't know what he got going on, but it's all good. So boom. So after my first semester, I got what's called an off-campus apartment. It was in this place called Windrush, which was like a complex, and I had a 3-bedroom apartment with 2 roommates, my man Craig and my man E. And it was like a duplex, you know what I'm saying? It was a decent size. I think the rent was only like, my rent was $600, right? My rent was $600. And excuse me. And we turned this crib into the spot. Right? And literally, I didn't even know this was possible. Just so you have an idea of how lit this shit used to be. When I was moving out of this apartment and I moved all the furniture and everything, I was looking around in the living room for the last time. There was a blue tint around the whole, like it was blue. And I didn't understand what the hell was going on. I was like kind of confused. So I'm like, what the hell is this blue, like shit on the walls? All around, it was literally a blue tint around the whole crib. You know what that was from? That shit was from the dye from this jeans being linked up against the wall. That's how many motherfuckers used to be in the crib for them parties. It might have been 400 people in my crib, bro. Literally. The last party we threw, on my baby soul, 14 police cars showed up. They had the whole fucking precinct came. So yeah, that shit is weird as hell. That shit was just like, he said, your life is GTA, bro. Yo, so rest in peace, my nigga Brick, right? The first guy that I met that I can say genuinely was a genuine pimp. Like, this man is a player. Everything about him was just player. He talked soft, right? No disrespect. He talked soft. Hey, man, what's going on, P? You good, player? Hey, man, it's good to see you, baby. My guy, man. Man, rest in peace, my nigga, man. My nigga Am Brick, man. Memphis. He had a perm. He had a Cat Williams perm. This is the 90s, people. Nigga had a perm with the fade in the back, faded out nice. Be wearing shit like suspenders. Be wearing some slacks and some suspenders. Shit like that. Fuck is you going? What's happening, P? You good, baby? All right. My guy. All right, baby. That was Brick, right? I thought, yeah, bro was dripping for real. And I ain't gonna lie, I thought he was this at first. I thought he was that at first, because I didn't understand. I'm coming from Jersey, where it's like, bruh, what? We wearing Timbs and motherfucking baggy fitteds and Averex jackets and shit like this. You know what I'm saying? It's a weird thing, right? It's a weird thing to see, somebody wearing, what you've only seen in the movies. Like, this is how pimps dress. So I didn't think he was a real pimp. We 17, right? Or 18 at this time, whatever. So he came to me, he was like, hey, man, we need to start having girls. He says, you know shit. Yeah, you know I do. He says, we need to start having girls at the parties. I got offended. I'm like, what? Nigga, we got bitches at our shit. Fuck you talking about? Be mad bitches at our shit, right? And I made sure that our shits was lit. I'm gonna give y'all some free party game, even though don't try this at home, because your ass probably get locked up nowadays. But this is the way I did it, and this is way back then. Before social media, anything like that. How did I get 400 people to come in my crib? I hired a DJ that was on the radio. I had a DJ that was on the radio that I knew had the resources and had the reach to say, yo, Windrush, we having a party at Windrush, da-da-da, right? Shout out to my man DJ Cool Ant from Chicago. I paid him $150 to DJ my house party, right? And then I found my man had a class with the printers where you could print out stuff. You could print out flyers, right? So he printed out all of these flyers, right, in different colors that we just put the info for the party on it. $10 to get in, $5 drinks, right? And then Brick came up with the idea, let's have some girls. I said, bro, we got girls. He said, no, like some girls. And I'm like, oh, you saying that like you got some? He's like, I do. So now, one, I feel kind of like, well, shit, damn, I don't got none, right? Now I'm looking at myself like, shit, I got to get some girls like that too then. What the hell? How you got strippers, right? So he's like, well, shit, I got some. You should get some, and we could have some. What do, people? I held tryouts. Yeah. They have the bulletin boards at the school, Florida A&M, we got Florida State, we got TC Community College, we got the local little bars and shit. You know what I did? Yeah, I had to get my roster up. So I made a flyer that said dancers wanted. It says dancers wanted, I don't want to lie, but it said dancers wanted. I'm trying to think of what I said, such and such pay. And I put at the bottom, you know, when it's like the feather, you cut it up so they can rip off the number. I put the number at the bottom, rip off the number, and literally had tryouts. So I guess this was around the time when the cell phones probably first came out, because I remember I put the number at the bottom. So yeah, but it wasn't texting and all this other stuff. It was just like people was just on some, yo, where's the party, right? So we had tryouts at the crib, and I swear to you on everything I love, why was there niggas paying to try to get in the tryouts, right? It was like 12, 13 girls there ready to try out to be my dancers for the party, right? And my niggas is fighting trying to get on that couch. Yo, come on, There's 3 niggas sitting on the couch looking stupid like this. Just why these girls come in doing their tryouts, right? So I had picked about 3 or 4 girls out of these girls to be the dancers, and Brick had 2 dancers too, right? He had 2 of his girls that I guess was in a homeless shelter or some shit like that. He brought them, and we had these other girls, and we had the party. This was the party that got shut down with the 14 police came and all that. So that night, I remember we had made like $1,800, right? And we upstairs counting it. And one of Brick girls, she was like a light-skinned girl, you know what I'm saying? She was sexy. She was kind of skinny, but she was on me, right? And I had counted up. I'm sitting there counting up. I'm hyped, you know what I mean? Just made 2 bands, you know what I'm saying? Or partying. So I'm sitting there counting up the money, and they got into an argument. This is the first time I've seen pimping in real life, right? This is the first time I've seen it where it's like, wow, that's a real thing type shit. So the girls was tripping because someone had stole their bag. I guess they had a bag with their little fanny pack with their money in it, and somebody had took it, right? So they blacking on Brick. They're like, you supposed to have security. You supposed to have somebody watching it, da-da-da-da-da, right? I've never seen Brick raise his voice ever. I've never even seen him seem upset, right? And he just flipped. It was like a switch. He was just like, what y'all think that's my money? You think I don't want my own money? He's like, what you talking about? I should have did, I could have did this. You know what I'm saying? If I could have and I should have, then I would have. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing my best for y'all. We doing this in together. How you gonna be mad at me when I'm mad? You know what I'm saying? So what you wanna make me more mad? And it was the way he was explaining it was just like, wow. Like that was perfect. Like whatever he said was perfect. And it just switched the whole energy in the room immediately. And the girls just like, I'm sorry. They were apologizing. And I was just like, wow, how did you do that? It was like a magic trick or some shit. I had never seen a nigga calm down some women that fast. You know what I'm saying? That was mad at him. Now they felt stupid for even being mad at him. And I was like, damn, that was good, right? So next thing I know, the girls are in the mood now. You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting on the bed still looking at counting this money, right? And Shorty starts rubbing on me like this, right? And I'm kind of like, Like, I never told y'all, well, I never told y'all, but I told this story before how I got crabs when I was young too. That was in that same era before I had met my shorty that was my girl that she, I had caught crabs from the baddest girl in the town. The baddest girl in the town name was Simona Brown. I'm putting you on blast, Simona Brown. Yes, you gave me crabs. It is what. Yes, Simona Brown gave me crabs, man, and she was the baddest girl in the town, right? So that also messed me up mentally. Because now I'm like, damn, so she was on my body, and I knew she had smashed a couple of the homies. I knew she was fast, but she was the baddest girl in the clown. And the baddest girl in the school. Baddest girl around. Everybody was on Simona's ass, right? She was light-skinned, had the long hair, big old juicy fatty with the smooth Brazilian skin, big old pink lips. She was bad. And I was scared of her. See, my pimp stinks be knowing. I knew I shouldn't have fucked her. But everybody was like, yo, you crazy, bro. Like, yo, you better, da-da-da. So I finally was like, all right, whatever. She had a car, she had a crib, she had all the stuff that a young nigga needs. So I said, fine. I took it down, right? So boom. Next thing I know, I got crabs. Scratched my nuts and a damn animal came off talking about, oh! Right? So, okay, now I'm in Florida, and here is this bad little stripper that's trying to take advantage of me physically now, because I'm sitting here on the bed and I guess looking handsome and the young nigga, we just made some money, she's hype, right? So she's trying to rub up on me, and I'm kind of like, right? So I'm like, I'm leaning away from her, and she's like, what, you don't like me? And I'm like, I'm trying not to hurt her feelings, right? So I'm like, nah, it ain't that, baby. I'm just, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm cool. And she's like, well, why not? Like, so I tried to lean on Brick, right? I tried to lean on Brick like this bitch. Like, yo, I mean, ain't you with him type shit? So I lean over I'm like, ain't you with Brick? Ain't you with bro? Whatever. So she like, nah, we just cool, da-da-da. So I lean over. I tried to say something to him. I'm like, yo, bro, da-da-da. And I lean over, and all I see is his perm going wild. No homo. All I see is his ass cheeks going in and out on this chick down there. He humping away on this chick, and hair going on crazy. I'm like, oh shit. So I'm like, all right, he over there smashing his joint out on the floor over here. So I'm just like, oh man. So I guess I'm supposed to be smashing this one. But I'm like, nah, I didn't want to do it, right? So I'm like, right then my man O comes in the room, right? So I say, yeah, I ain't got no condoms. That's what my excuse. I ain't got no condoms. And my man O heard that shit. He was like, he walks in the room. He says, I do. You horny ass nigga O. This nigga comes in the room talking about, I do, right? He walks in there. He goes like this. So I just hopped up. I just hopped up like, all right, you got it, right? That nigga said that was the smoothest motion ever. That nigga slid right in that bed and went right up in that box in one motion. That nigga said, slid right in the pussy, right? So I'm like, all right, bro, you know what I'm saying? So I'm in the next room counting my money, right? But this is the difference, right? I never cared about no box when it came to money, bro. Once it became a choice, like money or pussy, money me every time. Money me every trip, bro. You could tell me right now, do you want to smash Beyonce or get $30,000, $5,000, $1,000? I'll take the $1,000 personally. Even though I might be able to blackball him for more, but I mean, or blackmail him or something. But no, I want the money, man. Right? That's just how I think. This is the mind of a Mack. This is why I'm giving y'all the jewels on why I think this way, right? Right? Give me the money. You know what I'm saying? Did I smoke weed today? No, I didn't even smoke weed today. You know what I mean? So, okay, we going right along, right? So this is when I'm 18 years old, I'm doing this. Now I done not only turned the whole town up, right? I turned the whole fucking town up. Damn. That shit is crazy to think about. I turned a small town up. Tallahassee, Florida, we turned that bitch upside down, nigga. We having all type of action. We having fucking bangouts. We fucking throwing parties that's getting shut down by the whole precinct. The whole precinct came out. They ran, I didn't even tell y'all this too. They ran in my dorm room. Remember I told y'all I had that safe with the money in it that I was taking out the bank? That shit ain't last. They ran up in my room with SWAT, nigga. I was having a dream, and I'm dreaming. You know when you in your dreams you swimming or some shit. I'm swimming in my dreams. I just started drowning in my dream, and I couldn't move my arm to swim. In my dream, I'm trying to move my arm. I can't move it. I wake up. Police got my arm in a cuff. It's 8 of them in this little ass dorm room. I'm like, oh, yeah, that's way before battle rap, nigga. So I'm like, oh shit, they put my hand in the cuff. Niggas walked me up out of there looking like El Chapo, nigga, out that dorm room. You know what I'm saying? So all of this shit is all before rap, nigga. I was already living like a motherfucking real kingpin. I was already living like a nigga that, you know what I'm saying? I'm already got a plan every time. I'm getting money. Me and my niggas, we popping out. We going to Miami. We going to Atlanta. We was already moving like that at 17, 15, going to Grant's Tomb on our bikes. You know what I'm saying? Having the snakes. I had snakes. I had 2 iguanas. You know what I'm saying? I'm just doing all this stuff that's like cool player shit to the hood. My crew was the dirt bike niggas. I never really got into riding dirt bikes like that because I almost died on one. And it just wasn't as fun to me. But that's what my niggas did. We got dirt bikes, we got 4-wheelers, we got pit bulls, and we got bitches. Right? So he said, yeah, this was when he was like 19. Like, yeah, you from Inglewood, so you know. You know what I'm saying? This is 19, 18, right? So I go home now I told y'all the stories about, we was getting in fights and bang outs every week down there because this is this era. My nigga, what would you say? Ain't no more playing GA. We ready. We ready. Them niggas is like this with their goals in the club home. Bumping your ass. Duval, nigga. Yeah, nigga. Duval, nigga. Fuck ass, nigga. What they talking about, nigga? Fuck them up north, nigga. You down south, boy. Yeah, Florida boy, nigga. Yeah, what happening, nigga? What's up, fuck ass, nigga? That's how they was coming. We looking like, what the fuck? We going in the club, niggas got their shirt off, sweaty, pushing us. Oh, nah, it's time to fight. Time to fight. We was fighting every goddamn weekend, right? The crunk era, exactly. That's what we'll call it, the crunk era. I'm in Florida in the crunk era, right? This is when fucking Juvenile High came out. I ain't gonna lie, I didn't even understand that song. The first time I heard that shit in the club, that shit changed my life. I looked at music totally different afterwards. I couldn't understand the beat and how to even dance to that song when I first heard that song. When I walked in the club, I remember that shit dropped and like, dun, 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 dun. That's you that want that Benz, huh? That's you that can't keep an old lady because you keep fucking her friends, huh? They was going crazy. Bone Crusher, word, Pastor Troy. The biggest song back then to fight was Pastor Troy. We ready, my nigga, what would you say? Ain't no more playing shit. Nigga, that shit was hard as, yo, shout out to Pastor Troy, son. I ain't gonna lie, that shit was hard as fuck, nigga. That shit made niggas wanna fight. You know what I'm saying? That shit come on, that piano, dun, dun, dun. Them niggas is in there ready, right? So now, he said, when them songs come on, get ready to rumble. Exactly, right? So now I'm carrying everywhere, right? Because I'm not going, right? They done already tried to rob me. I done already been in all these shootouts, fights, all this shit now. I done been in probably 3 or 4 shootouts by the time I was fucking 17. You know what I'm saying? You know, people shooting at us, we getting jumped, we whatever, and you know what I mean? That shit was regular, right? He said, slow down, because I've been living a fast life speed. And that's why I was writing songs like Slow Down in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? I've been living the fast-ass life since I was a fucking kid. So it was like, all right, boom. I'm carrying this pistol everywhere, right? So I had bought a gun from an old white lady that was trying to sell it at a pawn shop. I walked in this pawn shop, and there was an old white lady in there, and I was really just looking around at guns because I was just going, you can go in Walmart and buy a chopper for $200. I almost bought a chopper out of Walmart for $239, an AK, right? He says, I hear you, but that's past tense. Exactly, we're talking about past tense. We're talking about my life. We're not talking about right now, okay? We're talking about what shaped me to being a man right now. And if you don't want to hear my life story, sir, then you can kindly exit stage left and go look at someone else's YouTube. This is the Serious Jones channel, sir. This is Jones land. You know, all of us here are on one accord. So some of you new people that don't know, have no idea what we do here, trying to disrupt the vibe, just stop, because it's not going to work, all right? So anyway, so now I got this strap with me. I'm driving. I was comfortable driving cross country. See, a lot of y'all don't know, cross country is a thing too. Cross country, when you say I'm a cross country P, you're not a real one unless you're cross country, right? Unless you done went from the pineapples to the big apples, right? Unless you done went from the desert to the city. Unless you done seen and tested your game in mad different environments, right? So that's where I've been driving up and down I-95, I-80 that goes all the way to Cali. I've been a road runner. I've been a road warrior. I'm gonna get on that road and we gonna figure this shit out. That's been my legacy and that's who I've been, right? LA to Oakland, all that, right? I done did that many times, right? Oakland to Vegas, Miami to New York, all that, right? So I drive up to New York. I ain't gonna lie though, this is stupid, so I can't even try to act like this was some player shit and like this was dumb, right? I was riding around on New Year's Eve with my nigga, my cousin Fat Cat, and with my man E and with my man O. We riding around in my motherfucking I don't know when y'all gonna learn. Anybody comes in here and calls me a liar, you might as well just it's stupid. Like, you're a weirdo. But anyway, shout out to my man Ocone and Esong and my cousin Fat Cat. You know what I mean? They with me in the car in the Honda Accord. This is when I bought this Honda. And I'm riding around, and honestly, I was gonna bust my gun this night. I just wanted to shoot my shit in the air on some fucking New Year's Eve type shit, like an idiot. But of course I didn't get a chance to because the police pull up on me. And when they pull up on me, they just, hop out the car. They ain't even give me no, they already knew, right? Because they seen out-of-state plates and they seen 4 niggas in the car, right? So they just run out the car, hands up, all that. Okay. We got out the car. They went under my seat, found the pistol, right? This is my first case. Because I had got locked up for the shit in Florida with the money, but I was smart enough at that time to not spend the money. I kept the money. Just in case they caught me, I give it back. So I gave it back. So they couldn't say shit. So I just played dumb because I had a certain amount of money already in the bank. So I'm like, shit, I didn't know. I thought this was my money. My mom don't want me taking my money out. So I just been going to the ATM and taking the Macks out every day. I don't know what else y'all talking about, right? So they like, oh, all right, da. Boom, dropped that case, didn't get in trouble. But now here I am in trouble because this judge is trying to give me 2 to 7 years, the first time I ever been in trouble. I remember my lawyer said, Your Honor, he's going to college. The judge said, no, let me stop you right now. He's going to jail. Oh, what? Yeah. So that was the end of my college right there because I had to go. Now I got to go to jail, right? So I went to Rikers Island for 45 days. I copped out to a year on Rikers Island, a city bullet, they call it. But they wound up giving me 45 days and 5 years probation because I had all these letters, I had all these people write all this stuff, you know what I mean, when I went to sentencing, right? So they brought it down to 5 years probation and two months on the island, right? So, boom. Did I play ball at school? No. I started to, but honestly, I wasn't ready for them country-ass motherfuckers. You know what I mean? We was running 5 miles at 5 in the morning. That shit had me throwing up everywhere. I wasn't ready, right? You know, anything you saying can and will be used against you. Yeah, well, I'm not saying anything but the truth. That, you know, the police know all this stuff about me, brother. My history ain't no mystery, brother. That's what some of y'all don't understand. But so now I'm just giving y'all my history, man. I don't know about everybody else. Hey, what's up, little gecko? What's up, my guy? Let's take a gecko break. Say hello to the gecko. You want a little pine thing? Hey, buddy. Is your leg messed up? I think his leg's messed up. What happened to your leg, buddy? You broke your leg? You be alright. Yeah. See, don't tell them nothing. I ain't no goon. I'm just a wolf. But let them think whatever they want to think. These idiots don't have a clue. But anyway, so, all right. So now here I am, a felon. I'm on Rikers Island. You know what I mean? I'm seeing all the bloodshed, all the craziness of how this world works now. And I'm like, damn, okay. So I guess my dreams of, because my dream was, just so y'all know, my dream was to be a square, y'all. I wanted to be a square. I wanted to be a corporate marketing executive. And that's a whole nother story. We're going to tell that next. We're going to do that next. Just so y'all can see the real matriculation. I'm going to tell y'all my journey in corporate America and what happened. Because I actually had a job in corporate America before all of this happened, right? I was playing both sides. Pause. I was living a double life, right? And I know I still can be. Thank you, Jonathan. You know, but that's what I wanted to do. I thought that I knew I had a market in mind, and as we speak, and as I'm telling y'all, as y'all can see, since I was a young kid, I always had a business mind. I always had a mind to make money. That's some Capricorn shit. We're hustlers, bro. We think about the bread. That's how we are, naturally, right? So I always knew I can teach people how to think like me. We out of here. And this is where the pimping comes in. This is where the macking comes in. This is where you being, you know, a leader of women in a financial capacity comes in, right? So boom, now I'm on Rikers Island. I'm seeing all this other stuff. One of the main things I'm seeing is most of these guys are here for some shit with a bitch. Most of these guys are here because they did something out of pocket with a female. They hit their girl, whatever. So I'm like, damn, this is what's really happening? Niggas is out here really acting like you. The guys you thought were the toughest guys in there. The guys that acted like the killers. The guys that's talking about, yeah, man, I beat 2 bodies and now I'm out here, Nigga, these niggas is there for domestic violence, nigga. Yeah. You're there because you beat up your fucking 100-pound wife, Frederico. Shut up. In here acting like you motherfucking a kingpin. You in here because you punched your pregnant wife. Like, this is when I really saw he said, brother, most people are in prison because of drugs. No, most people are in prison because of a woman. Period, nigga. I've been there. You know what I mean? Most niggas are there because of females. Most niggas are on drugs because of females and heartbreak. The fuck? But anyway, can you teach me how to be like you? No. But I can share my experiences and you can take what you will from them and learn, okay? But anyway, either way, we're not here debating on what is the main reason for people in jail, whoever you are. You're another person trying to distract me from what we're doing here, which is telling a story about my life, sir. So if you want to go debate the statistics of why people are in jail the most, then go find someone else to do that with, brother. He says, speak the truth, my brother. Yeah, that's all I'm doing, brother. And I appreciate those of y'all that appreciate it, man. Unfortunately, it's a lot of weirdness in the world, and we got to put up with it in order to interact with the world, right? Jay, when that's the only real one left? No, I ain't the only real one left, man. It's a lot of real ones out here still, man, by the grace of Allah. What's up, Memorama? I see you. Okay, Kylie, well, just drop it, brother, all right? Just be grateful I'm even responding to you instead of ignoring you, okay? So, you may be right, sir. I'm not here to debate or argue with you. But in my experience, most of the men that I saw that were in jail were there because of a woman or their lack of control in dealing with one. So that said something to me. That woke another thing up in my mind. What that woke up in my mind is you can never be like these people, right? You can never be like them. And one, I already wasn't, right? I didn't have no girl that I missed. I wasn't even thinking about that. And when I got out in that couple months on the island and I walked, and I remember getting on the bus. I remember getting on the bus and just looking at women. And I was only gone for 2 months, but I was just looking at them And it felt amazing to just watch a woman walk past. Just smell one, pause. Damn. The pure smell of bitch. No offense, ladies, but right? Just even the essence of a woman, it changed to me, right? And feel what I'm saying, subtle science. We're not talking about no lust, right? We just talking about the sheer from damn near like a godly aspect where it's like, wow, just look at this beautiful creature type thing. Like, I'm just admiring. I'm not even running down. I'm not even none of that. It's just you even understanding the value. What, you got a problem with me doing mine? So, long story short, I said, okay, you know what? From now on, I gotta just be on hustle timing, right? So I started cutting hair at the barbershop. I started cutting hair in the barbershop, and the barber, on Wise Corner, Inglewood, New Jersey. Actually, no, I was in I was in Harlem first. Yeah, I was in Harlem. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Okay, yeah. Let's get him out of there. I got y'all. Yeah, I'll get him out of there. Yeah, he's out of there. Where is Sherry? Sherry is with her godparents right now. Sherry's with her godparents. She's doing good. She's my brother. Rest in peace. Rest in peace to Jason Keller, man. That was my brother. You know what I'm saying? One of the realest guys I ever known. And he passed away recently. And he was married. He has 3 children. And Sherry is like, they love Sherry. And I know that they get so much joy, you know what I'm saying, out of just being with the dog and whatever, that I let her go with them, you know what I'm saying, for a period of time just because, you know, it's a love thing. So she's with them right there, right now. But I'll see her in another week. hmm But anyway, yeah, shout out from New Orleans. What's happening? I see you. South Jersey, I see all y'all. All right, so let me keep this shit going on, right? So, so boom. So now I'm seeing things from a different angle, right? Because now I've lost my freedom for a little second. I've seen, you know, I've been so-called cheated on. I've had lots of relationships at this point, just physically with different types of beautiful women. I've already kind of lived and experienced a whole lot by the time I was 18, 19. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm looking at things from a strictly hustling standpoint. I didn't have no desire to have some girlfriend. I never did. Like, I didn't even look at it that way. I looked at it as like, who can, and I didn't even understand from the level of what I do now at that time because I didn't have any frame of reference. I didn't know any P's. The only P I ever met was Brick, and Brick wound up passing away. Somebody allegedly ran Brick off the road one day and he just died. So, I still remember driving down for his funeral. I drove straight to his funeral. I drove 17 hours straight to get to his funeral, only stopping for gas. And so now it's like, I don't have no frame of reference in terms of player stuff, right? Everything I learned about the game, for the most part, I learned for myself from trial and error. And then once I got to be some ism and I learned, my seasoning, I started getting some bumps and bruises on me. That's when, the OGs and people like Pimp and Ken and people like, my guy Seattle chick, I don't want to say certain people's names, Gangsta Brown, different people had tapped in with me and just laced me up. And they're like, yeah, we could see you some real game. Because they saw I was somebody that I'll take the risk. I'll be out there in that town that I'm not from, going for it. And people looking at me like, damn, nigga, you out here dolo? Yep. What's up? You know what I mean? So that's what, but to get into the whole point of this, y'all, is the mind of a Mac, is how do you graduate? How do you get to the point where you even think about things in the way that So, okay. The first girl that came to me that was a a lady of the night who was basically just choosing up with me. This was 2002 Wow. Yeah, this is about 2002. That's crazy. Yeah. So there was this girl. Shout out to Sarah, man. Mind of a Mack is a fire name for an album. Okay, I hear you. He says, Church, tell him G, speak your truth. Big Dog, Serius Jones. What's going on, people? So, okay, Sarah, this is what Sarah did. Shout out to her, man. This is crazy how the game is, man. It's a cold game, but I learned so much. So she would just write me poems. This is in MySpace days. This is how long ago this is. So it's either 2003, it's 3 or 4 or 2, one of those, because it was MySpace. And I wound up getting on TV and getting lit and all that in 2005. So it wasn't that. This is way before all that. This is before I even started battling in Fight Club. So it had to be like 2002, right? I wasn't even 20 something, like I was fresh, you know what I'm saying? So she would write these long poems on MySpace. And at first I thought she was crazy because I never believed in, like, I come from the old school where it ain't no, I don't trust the internet, nigga. Like, I don't know. I don't know if that's real or not, right? Come see me in my face, then I know it's real type shit. I didn't trust bitches off the internet. So I wasn't even looking at her profile or nothing, right? But she was so persistent and consistent with writing me these poems, right? And it got to the point where I started reading them. Hey, double tap that screen if you know what I mean. If you haven't already, man, I'm giving y'all my real life story around this motherfucker, man. I don't know who be keeping it this real with y'all asses, but make sure you like these videos. So I said to myself, I'm like, damn, this bitch is really like acting dedicated. Like she really wants you to know she likes you, right? So I start actually reading them. Next thing I know, it was actually like some of this shit was dope. I'm like, damn, that was good, like, right? So I start actually responding to her. She's like, oh my God, I'll come wherever you are right now. I can't believe you responded to me. Where are you? I'll come there right now. I said, I'm in my projects in Harlem with my wolves. She said, what's the address? I told her. I was actually in St. Nick projects that time. I wasn't even in Drew. I was in St. Nick with my cousin Fat Cat and all them. I said, you know, whatever, 8th Avenue. She said, okay. Yo, I swear to y'all on everything I love, that bitch hung up that phone, and 8 hours later, he said, where head ice can't come. 8 hours later, that bitch was outside my project building, y'all. She called my phone, and she said, I'm here. I said, what? You here? The fuck? It was the same day. You here? And I know it was that because it was fucking still light outside. So however long it took for her to drive from Toronto to New York, she drove straight. And I'm like, where you at? And I looked out the window and all you see is some big ass titties and these big ass glasses standing next to this blue fucking Volkswagen. And she's like this, where are you? I'm outside. And I'm like, oh, I looked at my niggas. They all looked at me. They like, yo. I'm like, yo, that's crazy. This bitch really just drove from Canada, Wolf. They like, nah, you better go get that bitch. I'm like, yeah. So I go downstairs, right? I go downstairs. I walk up on her. She was a real good whore. She was a good whore. She knew how to do all the things to make you as a man feel like, right? She's like, hi, daddy. How are you? Right? I'm like, what's up, man? You good? She's like, I am now. Right? She knew all the right shit to do and say, right? She was older than me too. She was hitting me with all that good finesse. My dick was like this. Bing! I was like, oh yeah, she knows what she's doing, right? So she's like, she gave me some bread. She gave me some bread. She got in the whip and just started sucking the life out of me, right? And I'm just like, damn. And she's like, whatever you want to do with me, whatever you want to do, you can do, right? Now, I was greener than Grasshopper's ass on St. Patrick's Day. I didn't know what to do. Like most niggas wouldn't know what to do. If most men in this chat right now, keep it real, y'all. If a girl walked up on you right now and said, do whatever you want to do with me, what are we gonna do? Get some ass? Get some, get a rental in her name, She bought me a couple ounces of weed, gave me like $500, got a hotel room in her name for a week, like shit like that. Just did young stupid nigga shit, trap nigga shit. Like okay, yeah, well I could do this, what I could do that, but I didn't get it. He said folding instantly. Word, niggas gonna fold instantly if bitch come at you like that. 9 times out of 10, because we not used to it. Not used to getting chose like that, right? So you don't even know. She's spending, she a keeper. Yeah, she was trying to choose up. And I didn't even get it. I didn't know what that meant at that time. So what did I do? I got some ass. I got a couple dollars. I did all the regular hood nigga shit, right? And next thing I know, she's doing things that's smart hoe shit. Look, I'm gonna tell you where she's at now. Look how crazy the game is, man. I'm trying to tell y'all, this shit come full circle, man. I cannot make this shit up. I just lived this movie. I cannot write it, right? Grace of Allah, I'm still here to even still be living. Still even have, the breath in my lungs to tell y'all about this crazy adventures that's been my existence here on this rock called Earth, man. So boom, she starts telling me about this guy, Buddy, right? She says, you were young. Yeah, I was young. I didn't know, you know what I'm saying? Early 20. So she's like telling me about her trick, right? She's telling me about her trick because if y'all don't know, this is what a real bitch is gonna do. She's gonna test you. She's gonna test you. She's gonna tell you things just to see how you react. She's gonna give you enough information so that you make the right moves as a pimp. And if you don't, she's gonna look at it like, nope. She's not gonna get down for you because she's gonna see he don't know what to do, right? He don't know how to check me. He don't even know that I'm lying to him. He don't even know how to, you know what I'm saying? It's like shit like that. So she's telling me lies that I know are lies, right? But I didn't care. I didn't care, right? I didn't care because I was looking at it like, I'm getting what I'm getting, right? But she's doing all her moves on purpose to try and test my ism, to try and test my pimping, right? So she keeps telling me about her trick and that he's doing this and he'll send any money she wants and da 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 da. So I'm like, okay. I always had a nonchalant attitude when it came to females. All right, she's telling me for, right? I guess in her mind, she's confused. Like, what the fuck, nigga? I'm trying to show you that I'm a get money bitch. Like, but I was green. I didn't get it, right? So, boom. Yeah, I need buddy money now too, man. Shit. But I wasn't smashing for it. I ain't know how to, you know what I'm saying? So, I let her suck the life out of me for about a week. I let her buy me some weed, which I was trapping weed. I got a rental in her name, and she wound up going back to Canada, right? And over the years, a couple times she popped out. I remember I was in Atlanta one time. I had rented a mansion in Atlanta. This is in 2008 or 7 when I had filmed the Life is Serious movie. And we had a mansion in Atlanta that we used to basically, it was like the Rockstar house. Yellow Wolf, the singer used to be there. Saha the Prince, that is on Good Music. That nigga was my weed man then. I didn't even know he rapped. He used to be pulling up to that crib all the time. It was like a little party crib. So she flew in from Canada one time then. You know what I'm saying? And this is the first time that this is a little graphic, so I ain't gonna tell y'all. But basically I did something that I don't normally do, and it was nasty. And that's why I don't do that. But basically, I had a couple interactions with her, right? Now at this time, when I was doing the movie, I'm damn near some ism now, right? That's around the time where I really start turning on with my game. 2007, 2006, now I done been around some stuff. Now I'm about, I'm a little bit older, and now I know I ain't a square, so now I'm learning how to get money with a woman. Now I'm learning how to build. Now I'm learning how to be a man of a household, right? I'm starting to understand that, right? So now I'm kind of really trying to see if I can move her, but she kind of already on me like, nigga, like, come on now, don't do that. We cool and we fuck, and that's it, right? So it was like, all right, I accepted it, right? But I was still kind of waist down. I still wasn't full-fledged ism because I smashed this girl that's not my girl, which is a no-no if you a P, if you a Mac, right? First of all, Macs do what they want, as they say, but if you some real ism, you ain't supposed to be fucking on bitches that ain't paying you, period. If they're not down for your program, that's not good, right? You know what I'm saying? He says the game, P. Yeah, you know what I mean? You supposed to talk them out their money. Exactly. Not fuck them out of it. You know what I'm saying? Not smash him out of it, not, whatever, whatever. Your game is supposed to be about your mouthpiece, not what's below your zipper. You know what I'm saying? So, boom. So, all right. Hey, look, and that's okay if you're from South Africa and you're gay. You don't need to flood the chat with rainbows, brother. Peace to all of my gay people, man. You good and you welcome here. All right, no bullshit. But just don't be trolly about it. All right. So boom, and make sure you hit the like button because if you just came in here, I ain't see that like move. Everybody that's just coming in here, double tap that screen if you know what I mean. Right fast. All right, so boom. You said thanks so much. It's all good, brother. I mean that from the bottom of my heart too. Real talk. You know what I'm saying? I don't judge nobody, man. We all ain't none of us perfect, man. But all right, boom. So now here I am with my first actual hoe that tried to choose up with me that I didn't even really know how to move, right? And now that I'm starting to learn it, I'm kind of like, what's up, Sue? You know what I mean? And she kind of like, nah, you ain't messing with me like that. So I just kind of like, all right, you right, right? And I remember she was going to work at Pink Ponies, but she lied to me a few times, right? And I didn't like bitches that lie because I was green and I didn't know hoes lie, nigga. Like the fuck? That's why it's your job. That's why pimping as a Mac, as a boss, as a leader, your job is to whatever she says doesn't matter. You're not gonna let the lie keep you from getting to what you gotta do, right? You're supposed to check it, right? That's where the pimp slap and all of that stuff comes from because it's about you correcting behavior. It's about you making sure that this bitch can't play, that she's still gonna do what she's supposed to do, regardless of what she says, regardless of how she feels, regardless of how she acts. You're gonna get that outcome in the end. That's what real macking is. That's what real pimping is. Doing whatever you have to do to extract the value out of that individual or that situation. That's church right there. Okay? I don't even know what I just said to repeat it, but rewind that. That sentence right there, yeah, that's ism. So to land the plane on this girl, right? Years pass. 10 more years pass. Now I'm some seasoned boss vet. I done probably had 100 different peoples. I done literally been down and around in 1,000 towns. From there's probably maybe 2 states that I haven't got money in, if that. So now I'm so well versed that I'm thinking about people, right? And I had got locked up, I think. So I was really thinking, like, I'm just going through my mind of all the women I had. Like, damn, man. And I started writing them down. I started writing the names down. And I got up to about 30, right? I got up to about 30. And I'm not talking about girlfriends, but I'm talking about that, was fucking with me. I got to about 30 and I thought about Sarah. And I was like, oh, I was like, man, you idiot. You had a stomp down, full-fledged Canadian bred whore that would have did whatever. What is wrong with you? I'm like, yo, I was bugging. I said, oh, hell no. I picked up the phone and called her ass. Know what she did? She cursed my black ass the F out. Oh my God, really? Really now? Now you're gonna do this? Jones, I would have done anything for you. You were so stupid and green. You didn't even know. I would have done anything. I drove from Canada for your ass. I drove and didn't stop one time. I drove to the hood for you. I can't believe you, Jones. You're gonna hit me. She damn near was crying. You're gonna hit me and do this now? Now you say this to me? I'm sorry, baby. I didn't know. I didn't know, baby. I was green. I didn't know. She calmed down. Eventually, we started talking. Where you at? I'm still up here. I'm still doing the same stuff. Da 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 da. Right? She was still in Canada, still hoeing, still getting the money, still doing whatever she did. Right? I said I'm coming up there. I'm coming up there. Right? Now, mind you, around this time, I was kind of pop daddy. I kind of had hit a little rough patch. You know what I'm saying? My girl that was down for me for a while, she was a toxic one that would run girls off and just do whack stuff, right? So I didn't have a solid foundation, a team, or nothing, right? And it was like the music thing wasn't really going as well as it should have, because honestly, I didn't make a lot of the moves I should have, right? Being real with myself as a man and as a businessman, there's a lot of things I could have done with the Serious Jones brand. Yo, you hear me now? Ooh, 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 ooh. Good now? Okay. Hey, first of all, Faki Aziz, I think that's a Muslim name, and I really hope you wouldn't have done anything like that, brother, because we on positive timing over here, brother. So reporting my channel or doing anything like that, that's messed up, brother. And that's it's about to be Ramadan, bro. Y'all need to. It was weird to me when I see Muslim names in my chat doing stuff like that. That's not cool, brother. But I wish you the best anyway. All right. So look, so yeah, Sarah, I went up there to Canada. I went up there and I linked up with her, right? And she had some little crib somewhere, driving a little car, doing a little one too. She still ain't got no kids, still ain't got no husband, still doing the same stuff that she was doing 10 years earlier, right? And I swear to y'all, this is how cold this game is, boy. I swear. So I had just had a battle up there, right? So when I had a battle, I said, you know what, let me just kind of stick around and just kind of figure it out, right? Because now I got my bitch that's never been my bitch, right? That we can see about for now, right? Because now here I am a boss now. Now I'm a vet. Now I know everything to do. Now I know all the things that I didn't know before. And I know this person, right? So I'm like, you know what? Okay. Let me he said you ain't gotta have the phone so close where it feel too personal, right? You all in my face. And we go like this, get a little space. So now I remember this shit like yesterday, right? I'm sitting there laying on the bed, and Shorty was like, so what you gonna do? I'm like, what you mean? She's like, I mean, like, oh yeah? I said, I thought we was gonna do this. She said, come on, Jones. That ship has sailed. Oh, she said I would have done anything, but that was then. Cold motherfucking game, bro. The same one that was for years going out of her way to make me believe that all she wanted to do was be with me. Now that she got me, because I'm not in the same position or in the same light that she saw me in. Now she's seeing me laying there in my drawers in her bed. And in her mind, needing her. This is the way hoes think, brother. That is the biggest turnoff ever for a hoe. You need me? You need my money? You out here with nowhere to go and I gotta put you in my crib? You was the man. I was only on your dick because you're the guy. Wait, so you're not the guy now? You would think, well, then it's me. It's the same guy. What you mean? I can't have a rough patch? Well, I mean, I don't know what you're gonna do, Jones. You could stay here for a couple days, but cold motherfucking game. He said C, right? Yeah, cold game. You know what I'm saying? So lesson learned though. Gotta learn word. So like this is what I mean. And I'm saying all this to say this to land this plane because I actually got work to do. But I wanted to give y'all some real game today. right? He said, that's game for sure. Yeah, this it's, you know what I mean? It's game, man. And it's a million of different scenarios like this that I could describe. But I'm showing y'all something. It's in you, not on you. It's who you are. It's the way that you move. And it's the decisions that you make that determine the way a woman's going to treat you. It's those moments to where when you're thinking about, should I react from the waist down? Now, this would have, let me show you what have changed the whole story. If I showed up and I said, hey, look, respectfully, you know, and I'm pretty sure I said something like this, but what your actions do or say a different thing because I fucked her, right? I fucked her. I confided in her on some level as a human, like an idiot, thinking I could just be real with her because I've known her for years, right? She was going crazy, just doing everything to be down with me. I should be able to at least show her a little bit. No, dummy, no. You don't show no weakness to a fucking bitch. You don't let her feel like you might need her. No. You show strength in those moments. You show that I'm good regardless. You show that, listen, it's your loss. Even if I ain't got a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out, I got some piss, bitch. So if you don't want, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to always be straight. That's the way that you think when you're some ism, and that's the way you move. And that's why a woman will want to be down and stay down for you because she knows that you value yourself over everything. You value your ism and your pimping and your kingliness, your manhood, huh? That's what you value. You feel me? Said, LOL, I got some piss. Yeah, you feel me? I still got me, even if I got nothing else, right? But when you start dealing with somebody and thinking that as a human being, oh, well, you know, she gets it. No, nigga, no. That bitch said, what you gonna do? I'm thinking, damn, this was supposed to be full circle. We done both been out here trying to figure it out. Now here we are. No, nigga. It's pimping and hoeing. And I'm not advocating that for nobody. All I'm telling you is, for those people that don't understand why it's a real thing, is because you have never lived the type of life that I'm describing to you. You have never been through the things that shape your mind in this way. You probably was nurtured and cuddled and loved in that type of way to where you craved that from a woman. You craved that warmth of her bosom and all that. To where a nigga like me, I never got used to that. So to me, I would rather have somebody that believes in my agenda, that's going to help me take over this world, that's going to help me fulfill my purpose as a king, as a boss, and as an abundant man. You feel me? He said, plus times change. That's a fact too. Times changed a lot. You know what I'm saying? So somebody says, I haven't had sex in at least 4 years. Hey, believe it or not, brother, that's strength. That's strength, bro. That takes a lot. And I mean, I haven't had sex in a few months. I haven't had sex in at least, yeah, I haven't had sex in months. I don't even remember. I don't even want to lie to y'all. Probably 4 months, something like that. Jones, what up, Wolf? What's going on, Slick? You know? But look, but let me land this plane for y'all so y'all understand something. You know? He said, buddy, a monk, 4 years. Hey, look, why do you think monks have so much power? Why do you think monks are able to levitate and to do, you know, like this and oh, all that? Because they're mastering their chi. And that's the problem. We let all this shit go. Giving away all your power. Giving away all your energy. And guess what? A smart woman, she knows that. And that's why she don't value your pimping like that, nigga. Because she knows, man, you give your shit away. Nigga, I could get you to give that shit away to me anytime I want. Why would a woman respect you? Why would a woman want you to lead her anywhere? Why would she want to give herself to a man like that? When her job is to take advantage of men like that. When her job is to extract the value out of men financially that think from the waist down. You feel me? Then you come along showing her that you're another waist down man. So you literally have to make a decision if you want to be a boss on a certain level, especially if you want to deal with women and have women, bring to your table, right? It don't mean you got to be a P, don't mean you got to be, anything illegal or anything like that. But if you want to be a man that your woman values you, and when she goes out in the world, whatever she captures, whatever she hunts, she wants to bring that home and put it on your table, then you got to decide to be a man of control. You got to control that urge. You got to show her that you got self-control and discipline. You know what I'm saying? Maybe even if you want something one day, just don't do it. Just to show her. It might confuse the fuck out of her. She'll be like, what you mean you don't want to do it? Nah, I'm not gonna lie, baby. I'm just focusing today. You look beautiful though, baby. Kiss her on the forehead. Fuck her whole head up. You know what I mean? Smack her on the butt, squeeze it, and then kiss her on the forehead. Well, you look beautiful though, bitch. I ain't gonna lie. Man, I do want to tear that ass up, but you know what? Not tonight though. Go ahead. Make me something to eat though. Bam, smack on the ass. She gonna be confused and loving it. Damn, this nigga. Trust me. He said she gonna think you cheating. I mean, depending on who you is and depending on the girl, but a real one that knows and understands that you somebody of value, she's gonna look at it like, yeah, pussy don't run my nigga. They like that, trust me. And that's the only reason my last peoples, man, my last people was down for me, bro. You know what I'm saying? I know she was feeling me and everything about my ism, but guess what? She thought, it was a situation when I came home from that case in Cali, I did some waist down shit. Girl was messing with me. She was paying me. She was on my program, but I filmed a video smashing this big old white booty, and I didn't care. I gave my joint my phone before I got locked up here. And she saw that video. She could not get over that shit. She was tight. She was looking at me like, what? Really? I had a waist down moment. I beat life in jail. I finally understood why niggas be coming home and just be wilding out. I had never felt that way before. But I did for a second. You know what I'm saying? So even though Shorty was paying me, I got on some freaky boy shit. You know what I mean? And my girl seen it, and she like, really? Like, this is who you is? And it's like, damn, baby, give me a break. Nigga, I can't have one freak nigga moment in life. It was like, nah, nigga. I ain't know you was one of these, right? A waist down moment, man. We all have a waist down moment sometimes, you know what I'm saying? But I had a waist down moment, and my bitch seen it, and she ain't been fucking with me since. Shout out to her though, I still got love for her. She a real bitch. Cause she held it down for me the whole time I was locked up too. She didn't leave me in jail. She held it down, and when I got home, she was like, look, And I think if I would have did other things, if I would have said, nah, baby, you ain't going nowhere. We together, we gonna work this out. I'm pretty sure that we'd have still been a thing. But I didn't say that. You know why? I'm some real ism. And I'm gonna let a bitch choose every time. That's the mind of a Mack. I'm not fighting for nothing that ain't mine. And you know what? That's why I went to jail recently, because I was trying to fight. I was fighting to see my daughter. Nah, I'm showing up. What? You block me? Psh, I'm showing up then. I'm showing up. I got monies. I got this. I'm here. I'm fighting it. Instead of letting a woman choose. Let her cool off. If she acting weird, whatever, but what's the difference when you deal with kids, what a lot of women don't understand, and that's why if you really some game, you're usually not supposed to be in domestic or square relationships because it gets fuzzy, right? But if you, like me, I'm still a man. I'm still a man of integrity. I'm still a man that I wanted my child to have a family. I wanted to have a real situation to, you know what I'm saying? I didn't want my daughter or being in no game-related situations and stuff like that. I'm trying to build and elevate till we beyond this shit. You know what I'm saying? But at the same token, bro, you're a human being. You got feelings, you got whatever. And if you don't deal with it the right way, you're gonna ruin your life and potentially someone else's. So I'm sharing these experiences with y'all, hoping that y'all actually can learn from my downfalls, my adventures, the things that actually made me me, right? Not trying to, we not glorifying nothing. We not putting no seasoning, no extras on it, trying to make it seem good to y'all. I'm just telling y'all what my journey has been. And if I could turn back the clock, I'm not sure that I would change anything besides having more self-control, right? And being more player. Being more player. Because being player is what? Having self-control. Being player ain't smashing a bunch of girls. Being player is even when you in your feelings. All right, I hear you. Well, look, check this out, baby. I'm sorry you feel that way. And game willing and God willing, we can have a conversation later when you're in a better mood. But you have a good night, baby. Damn. That's player. You feel me? Self-control. He says, jewels being dropped, pick it up. You feel me? Chibata says, amen. He says, Bada ain't, I don't know what that means. Bro, you gotta get in a celebrity fight. Bro, that nigga is not fighting me in no celebrity nothing, bro. The nigga been running for me for years. Dad, you owe mom child support. Okay. Good shit. Dealing with it. Yep. Fire emojis. Yep. You're not another Christian preacher? No, I am not, sir. I'm Muslim, and it's almost Ramadan. But I will ask a few of y'all questions before I get out of here, man. And I really do love y'all, I really do want to spread good vibes and information. So when I do these type of topics, it's really not for me, man. You know what I'm saying? It's really because I feel like there's a lot of, like, and then y'all tell me when I start telling y'all, like, bro, your life is different. Like, it's a lot of stuff that I don't even be thinking about. But it's like, when I do think about it, I'm like, man, yeah, somebody could learn from this shit. He says, facts, word. Do you want real love for real, like Mary J. Blige said? Well, see, now that's a good question. He said, return of the Mack. A good question is when you're talking about love. What does love mean to you, right? We all have different, I guess, definitions or understandings of what that means. To me, I want loyalty, man. I want respect, right? I want loyalty and I want respect. That is the most love to me, right? It's love or the game. Yeah, it ain't no love in the game, bro. First of all, you gotta accept this, and this is the hardest thing to accept. It's even been hard for me to accept. Cause look at what I was just talking about, right? My last people's, I believe she thinks that she loved me, but bruh, you with me for years, and just because of something you don't like, you can just not be with me no more. Is that love? Is that love? Right? A lot of these women, they done left they mom, left their dad, left their kids somewhere. If they could leave them, then how could they love you, right? So it ain't really love. You want it to be love because you want to feel loved. You want to feel like someone really cares about you and loves you. But the cold part is, man, these bitches do not love us, bro. Trust me, P. They love the way we make them feel. They love what we do for them. They love, what they feel like when they with you. They love your pimping. They love your energy. They love, what I'm saying, how you kicking it, how you carry it, how you make them smile, your little rhymes and your sayings and your game. And they love that. But if they loved you, they wouldn't go out and sleep with another man. If they loved you, they wouldn't leave you. If they loved you, they wouldn't lie to you. If they loved you, they wouldn't be able to put another man in the same position as you. Y'all hear me? They love your utility. Exactly. I like the way that sounds, Eric. You feel me? He says facts. He says, say, bro, give you some game. If you stream horizontal, yeah, I know. Only reason I'm not doing that shit, honestly, is because it's like, it's just it's just a hassle, and it's less people too. So it's like I'm streaming like this with 5 people, like, you know what I mean? Like, nah. We just gonna do it the way it is, and it'll be what it is. You know what I'm saying? I know it's called long form content, etc. I get it. Serius Jones, salute, bro. Salute to you, man. You know. So in terms of love, man, we just gotta be real, man. Is that love, this four-letter word that our colonizers really used to imprison us and take away from our nature. Is because I'll share this with y'all before I get out of here. My baby girl was reading a book, The Little Mermaid, and she read a sentence and looked up at me like this. This is years ago too. She read a sentence and looked up at me like, and the sentence was, the handsome, rich prince fell in the water, and Ariel saw him and immediately fell in love. My 4 or 5 year old daughter, whoever, whatever she was at that time, she knew that was wrong. She looked up at me and I said, "What's wrong with that sentence?" And she was like, "What did she say?" I said, "Is that sentence right?" And she said, and I said, "Why not?" And I said, "Because remember how me and mommy tell you, it's not just that you pretty, it's not just that you're beautiful, it's that you're smart and who you are as a person, right?" And she's like, and I'm like, "That's why you love somebody, right?" And she's like, "Yup." My 4 year old daughter knew that. But what they try to do is indoctrinate us to basically think like hoes and tricks. Every Disney story, what's the story? Prince saves the damsel in distress, happily ever after. Money equals attraction equals happiness. The Little Mermaid, Rapunzel, Cinderella, Snow White. You want to keep going? Every single story, except for Aladdin. That was the only one. Aladdin was on some player shit. That's the only story where a nigga actually came up with a female. Shrek, Shrek is new. That don't count. That ain't no Disney. We talking about stuff that's been indoctrinated and implemented into our psyche since we were children. Shrek is some new shit, and even that is, whatever. They got all type of hidden sexual messages that they showed in there. Like people slowed down the shit showing it, the clouds spelled out sex and all that type of stuff. Lion King, whatever. But the bottom line of what I'm trying to, convey to y'all and what I've been saying this whole thing in terms of the mind of a Mack, in terms of you thinking like a player, in terms of you being a person that's a neck up Chuck instead of a waist down Brown, you know what I'm saying? It's like once at some level, you got to decide. But also, there's certain shit you can't teach, bro. It's just in you or it's not. There's so many situations that I can't even describe to y'all to where I saved my own life and other people's lives just because my pimp stinks told me, do this or don't do that, etc. Count Dracula from Sesame Street was a P. 1, 2, 3. I need 1, 2, 3 bitches. Yeah, he might have been. He might have been. The Count. And honestly, that's one of my aliases, man. It's Count Trapula, man. You know what I'm saying? Count Trapula. That nigga said, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Shout out to the Count, man. But yeah, man, I wanted to give a little clarity and a little game today just to show y'all the reason for, if you know somebody that's a player, you know somebody that you think is a part of, this world and you judge them or you think something wrong about it or you think something means that, someone is a person that just wants to take advantage of people or doesn't value a woman, you know what I mean, for the true value of what a woman is. Right? Because I wrestled with this myself, especially as a father of a daughter and everything else. You don't want the karma of feeling like you did bad by people, right? But when you see these bitches out here just blowing wood and all this for free and just throwing their whole whatever, I never thought about it as selling a box, right? I think about it as selling game, man. I think about it the same way as when I was 11, 12 years old. If I have an idea and I have someone that can help me execute it, I know we can win. And there's some of us that really are just that genuine and that simple about that idea. And you know what complicates it? Life complicates it. Society complicates it. The fact that we aren't able to just go outside and hunt like we were in Africa, it would have been a lot more simple, right? It would be a lot more simple if you could just, we can go outside with a bow and arrow, right? Whichever bitch is gonna go outside and hunt with you, that's who's with me then. She's helping me skin these chickens, helping me prepare this water, helping me do this and this and that. Simple. But that's not the way life is engineered nowadays. So you don't know who's really down for you until they show you. And some of us is naive enough to where we go years believing that someone is with you that ain't never showed you. They not only showed you the basics, they showed you they'll cook some food for you. They showed you they'll have sex with you. They showed you that they'll, you know what I'm saying? They showed you the basics. But they ain't showed you no, that they'll jump out there and fight some lions with your ass. They ain't showed you that they willing to, to really put the work in. They ain't showed you that their loyalty is based on their feelings. It says, for real, for real. Yeah, like, they not showing you that. And that's the one thing that I'm grateful for the game about, is that now I know when a bitch is down for me. Yeah, I know. I ain't got to be confused or guess or wonder or nothing. And it ain't got nothing to do with nothing illegal, just y'all understand. I'm talking about pimp stinks, knowing the way a woman's mind moves, which is something that we'll never know, first of all. We'll never know the inner workings. As it said, the book on the way of what a female gonna do has not been written yet. But at the same token, he said that was a gem you just said. Like, you feel what I'm saying? But anyway, I appreciate y'all, man. And as usual, make sure you double tap that screen if you know what I mean. If you haven't already, subscribe and catch a vibe. I'm gonna be sharing a little bit more life experience type things, man, and real game about just my way I grew up and stuff like that, because a lot of people really just don't know that aspect. And they really just thinking about battle rap stuff and all of this fake stuff. And you see people even came in this live talking about, you're not tough, Jones. Why are you acting like a gangster and all that stuff? They don't even get it. They don't even know what a P is. They don't even know what a Mack is. They don't even understand the envelope that you pushing if you on that level. Don't know P want to be tough? What the hell you talk about? But life is tough for some of us, and that's what shaped us to think the way we do. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my brothers. You know what I'm saying? I have brothers. You know what I mean? And one of my little brothers is definitely, I'm proud of him because he's made a transition. You know what I mean? From a certain level of the life to being a self-sufficient, independent business owner, using his hands and his brain, to build. That's a blessing, man. You know what I'm saying? And God willing, inshallah, that's where we all get to, to where we at a level where our natural God-given talents is what feeds us. And we don't need to, even go into spaces that might dim our light or might put us around people and situations that are not pleasing to Allah. But anyway, this is great energy. You are still the best battle rapper. I appreciate that. I just want to be the best man I could be and the best artist I could be, man. So I'm working on being a better artist, better producer. Y'all go check out some of my projects that I got out now, man. If I haven't already, let me sell you a copy of my book, The Art of Word War. All right? It's the Battle Rap Handbook. It's an audio book that's 2 hours. All right. I wrote it when my life was on the line, and I really put everything of my life and my struggle and every bit of research that I even know about hip hop into it. So if you haven't already heard it, you bugging out. Let me sell you one. Send me a DM. I'm at The Real Serius Jones. Same way you spell it. And also, you can just cash at me. $ The Wolf Way. $the Wolf Way. And just put your email in the description, send $30, and I will send you a copy right now. All right? And I appreciate y'all, man. Say, hey, what's up to you, Serius Jones? Haven't seen you battle lately. Yeah, because we doing bigger and better things, brother. You know what I'm saying? We got the Afro Jones album right now. We got an Afrobeat album out right now. We got Meet the Wolf out right now. We got TCOF. We got G.I. Jones out right now. And we got an audio book out right now. So I'm really working on doing these tours. Look forward to seeing me in a damn city near you jumping on stage talking about, what's up, Seattle? What's good? Make some noise in this bitch. Yeah, we on that, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? You said solid. Yeah, man, we going all the way up like a turtleneck with this shit, bro. Don't think my legacy stopped at battle rap, my nigga. It's all type of shit I ain't get to fulfill yet on this earth. And I ain't fucking stopping, nigga, till I'm in the goddamn ground. You know? Said Jones need to be on Vlad. No, I don't need to be on Vlad, because all he gonna do is try to get me indicted, like he already did. Vlad is the devil, bro. Vlad came up to me at my man Big Cap's funeral, bro. This is the type of person this nigga DJ Vlad is. This nigga walked up to me at my man DJ Cap's funeral, DJ Big Cap, and said, "Hey, bro, look, I got you from now on." I looked up at this nigga. I'm sitting down in the pew. I'm like, what? He's like, nah, because the last thing he did was put us together, man. You know what I'm saying? So I got to make sure I hold you down. I just shook this crazy cracker's hand like, okay, don't you know the next 2 times I got in trouble, he was the first person to post it, bro. This nigga knew about it before my mom, anybody. That man is the devil and works with the police, bro. That nigga literally had the whole police report online before anybody even knew. I don't even know how he does that. So you gotta have some database connection with the police where as soon as a certain nigga's name comes up, that nigga's posting it. He said, how is that possible? That's scary. Exactly. You feel me? I'm like, what the fuck? I swear to God. And every time, it's not even like you're putting like, yo, Jones allegedly this and this and that. No, that nigga literally put the exact police report, nigga. Word for word. That's why you got people out here that's, you know what I mean, that say, oh, Jones did this, Jones ran with a this and that, Jones whatever, because the niggas posting the fucking police report. He's not even putting allegedly, no spin on it, nothing. Niggas literally sitting there calling you a criminal, saying you guilty. Same nigga that came up to me at my friend's funeral, at our friend's funeral, and Cap did do that. He did sit us down and say, look, y'all niggas be cool, because he was already hating. He was the only nigga that would post misinformation about me. There was no websites that even did that. Vlad spearheaded that Slander Jones campaign, bro. He's the reason why people think that's a thing to do now. Nobody used to do that with me, bro. Nobody used to do that with me. Until he made that a thing. And now what? That's a thing now? To post bad about Jones. He championed that. The same person that see me in my face and do everything, try to hug me, this, and that. That nigga's the devil, bro. You know, it ain't about liking me. He don't care. He don't give a damn about nobody. That nigga is a soulless individual. He'll be at a person's funeral that's his friend. And still, that was his friend, bro. Like, he don't care, bro. You know what I mean? That's one thing I know. He don't care one way or another. He just looking at if you're a target and you're someone he can make money off, that's all he cares about. He will throw your ass under the bus knowing you will get federally indicted, and he will sit there thinking of questions to ask you to get you federally indicted. That's what he is, and that's who he is. He said, y'all should have been canceled that weirdo. Exactly. But that'll show you what you know, what black people, how we be on it too. Because motherfuckers still watching that guy. Motherfuckers still go up there and just act like he one of us, like he part of the culture. When y'all know he done got a bunch of niggas indicted. But what do we say? Oh, it wasn't his fault. Niggas be up there running their mouth. What do you want him to do? He got to make his money. Right? We get these crackers passes to disrespect us. We get these crackers passes to slander and to pull down our heroes just so they can make money. You know? He said, absolutely. Fish and game, hard to cancel when everyone isn't on board. Exactly, man. Like, I'll leave y'all with this, man. When I was booked in Cali, we was watching the world burn, right? We was watching the world burn. Every other week, it was a new city on fire, literally. And I'm facing 50 years, 100 years or something I was facing? For something I didn't do? Nigga, do you know how Nat Turner-ish I was feeling in there? I'm gonna tell y'all some more in jail stories soon too, but I had to stop that because I didn't want people thinking I'm trying to glorify jail, and I don't even want to talk that up so much that I'm trying to bring that energy back towards me, right? So I kind of like stopped even telling y'all about jail stories and shit. But like I was the guy that the police, they would just raid my room. They would come up there every week, throw out my work water bags that I used to work out with. A man was there for 5 years, and National Geographic is my shit. I'm really a nerd for certain shit. National Geographic, I love National Geographic. I will sit there and read a National Geographic and feel like I'm watching the Discovery Channel, right? These niggas came and stole all my National Geographics. There was a white man that had been in the county for 5 years, and he literally accumulated a whole library of National Geographics. And when he went home, he gave them to me. Don't you know they came and took them from me? So they was literally oppressing me in every possible way to the point where I got on my Nat Turner shit. I'm the one behind the gate. Fuck y'all crackers. I don't give a fuck. Send me to the hole, nigga. I don't care. One of y'all take y'all badge off and come in here and watch what I do to you. You a coward, nigga. This is how I was talking to them. Wallahi. And niggas is looking at me like, yo, Jersey crazy. Yo, Jones, chill. Yo, you crazy, Jones. What you mean I'm crazy, bruh? What you mean I'm crazy? They're trying to take my life, lying on me. They put me in the paper 4 times out there. I ain't crazy, bro. I see what they doing, and I'm willing to fight. I'm fighting the power. So I got to the point where now when we watching these different cities burn and we watching all this crazy stuff going on, I start really planning in my mind. I was like, yo, if I get bad news at court, that's it. I'm making a run for it, bro. Who's down? Who's down? So I almost naively had a meeting. Something told me not to say what I wanted to say though, because I know these niggas ain't down. Niggas are scared of revolution. But I had already mapped the jail out. I knew exactly how I was going to escape. It's a tree that's that's um that's on the side of a building by the medical, right? It's a tree that's like it goes to the roof. And on that roof, when you get on the other side of the roof, it's the street. So all you gotta do is climb that tree, get on that roof, and jump off on the other side and get up out of there, right? So I had already planned in my mind, shit, if I get bad news at court, that's it, nigga. And escaping is only a year in California anyway. If you escape from jail in California, it's only an extra year. Nigga, what? Bring that shit on. The hell you talk about? If I'm facing 50, you think I'm worried about a year? Nigga, huh? So I already had in my mind, I'm escaping, nigga. I'm getting out of bondage. These motherfucking crackers trying to take my life. No, I'm not going. And when I thought that I could confide in some brothers, them niggas would tell on your ass so fast, man. Niggas sit there with you. Yeah, man. We gonna have to. And then as soon as you get up out of there, this nigga crazy, man. Shit, listen, man. I ain't fucking with that nigga, man. It's the same logic. The same logic as when Harriet Tubman or whoever else or Nat Turner said, listen, we ain't taking that, man. We going this and this and that. Don't you know it was some niggas that just go drop a dime, go right to the white man and be like, hey, look, I ain't with it, but I'm just letting you know. So you got to keep that in mind, man, especially if you're a revolutionary, if you're an outlaw, if you're somebody that don't trust and believe in this system that's been oppressing us for 400 years, okay? A lot of people don't think about it like that. It's not about bragging about being a criminal. It's not about being happy to be an outlaw. It's not about being ungrateful of the opportunity to provide a halal life. It's about the fact that some of us know who we are. We know that we're not loved and appreciated or respected by this system, so we don't want to be a part of it. What we want to do is create our own. What we want to do is live like the kings and queens that we once did, where we had our own shit going on. We got our own acres. We got our own business. We got our own households. I don't want to go out and cheat with these girls in these clubs. I'd just rather have 2 or 3 girls that's mine, that I believe in. I know they believe in me, and we building a life together. That's game, man. Not all this other stuff that they want to make it look bad about and try to make you look like a creepy weirdo. No, that's not a real thing for real ones, man. We really got pure intentions and we just need to get to where we need to get to. That's all. Did I ever meet Stack Bundles? We had the same publicist, man. Rest in peace, Stack Bundles. Were you in Northern or Southern California? I was locked up in Northern California, but I've been locked up in Southern California too. I got locked up in LA County before. I got some stories for y'all last, man. I think I told that one on here though. I think I told you the story of how I got bagged in LA County. My first California girl, shout out to Soul. She used to ride around with the strap in her boobies. She had these big old titties, and she used to put the gun. She had like a 25. She used to just put it in there with a sports bar, just be riding around. So she left it in the car one day, and I got pulled over, and the police found it. So they took me to L.A. County and put me in a cell with like 60 Mexicans. They walked me past the cell with all the blacks and put me in a cell with like 60 Mexicans. I think he was trying to be funny because they was mad they was gonna let me go. So I guess in his mind, it was like, shit, you ain't gonna make it up out of here, nigga. But luckily, by the grace of Allah, one of the Mexicans in the cell had told the other Mexicans what time it was, right? Because it's war in LA with some Mexicans versus blacks. They don't even put you in the same pods sometimes. So, same cells or whatever. So at this point, I was literally the only black man in a cell full of like 50 Mexicans, right? So they coming in there with blood on them, all that stuff, right? Blood on them, horns, tattoos all over their faces, all this MS stuff, all this stuff. So I'm standing there, just standing up in the middle, like, right? They all looking at me and shit, right? And I guess this dude felt the energy. So he was like, yo, homie right here is from Jersey, man. He's a rapper. He got busted with the gueta. He's like, he got busted with the gueta, eh? So one, I was looking like, what the fuck? Like, oh, bro, why do you do that, right? But I didn't get it. I didn't get why he was doing it at first. He said, yo, low key, this story actually interesting. Yeah, my life is crazy, man. You know? He says, like, I was like finna troll, but this story got me intrigued. You could try, brother, but you know, it's better off if you just vibe. You know what I'm saying? Because we really gonna learn some shit. We really gonna have a good time in here, bro. I fuck with y'all, man. The real way. So, you know, tomorrow ain't promised, man. So I just really want to put some good energy out there, some good information out there, and really kind of share some perspective on the reason why I think the way I do about things. You know, and hopefully it can inspire some other people to have some positive thoughts. Even if you are in the game on a negative tip, if you some gorilla pimp that does drugs and takes advantage of people, maybe when you hear somebody that's really has a positive perspective and understand you ain't gotta be that way, brother. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta be a total square, but you can still be a good nigga. You can still do good things for other people. You can still value and believe in God, even though we still here in this dunya. We still here in this negative world. We still here and gotta make a way and figure it out. Because that's how it tricks us. It makes us feel like we shouldn't even try to be righteous. We shouldn't even acknowledge God. We shouldn't even pray because we hypocrites. And it's like, bro, we not perfect. And it took me years to really look at my own life to decide, damn, okay, you're not a fucked up nigga. You like this because of this. You never got this type of love. You never got taught how to express yourself emotionally. You didn't know. I really didn't. Even if I didn't knew certain things is just not right, you know it's not right to just call somebody names or something, right? But if you don't know how else to process things in a positive way, what happens? So I had to be man enough to look in the mirror and say, bro, you need to learn emotional intelligence. You need to learn how to be the person that communicates in this way. Because even if your parents didn't know or they didn't teach you, don't matter, nigga. That's what part of being a player is. And I have a way better relationship with my mom now because of, I'm not ashamed to say, because of the game. Because I done dealt with hundreds of women. So now I understand more the way a woman thinks. I understand more how to have my own self-control when I hear or see something I don't like. You feel me? Man, he says right over left, Allah's love. We are more powerful than what we've been through. Yeah, yeah, man. He says you need to do a song with Mack B. One day, God willing, man. But all right, y'all. I'm gonna talk to y'all soon. I'm actually about to go do a podcast right now. So I'm got some work going on. I might go live with y'all. So y'all can get a little taste of that, pause. But other than that, I'll see y'all soon. And like I said, $ the Wolf Way. $ the Wolf Way. Send me $30 with your email in the description so I could send you a book right now. All right? Have a great weekend, Wolf. Have a great weekend, you too, family. And I love all of y'all, man. God bless and salute, man. And keep it player to my real ones out there, right? I can't give y'all too much sauce, but I want y'all to understand when we going into the mind of a Mack, you know, somebody that been down and around in 1,000 towns and really got that ism in their system, you know what I'm saying, and really popping this shit like over Redenbacher, it got to be authentic and organic. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these people, they got rhymes and sayings and, you know what I mean? But it ain't in them. They life ain't create them. You know what I mean? They wanted to create a life by using the game. Some of us, our lives gave us our game. Don't let that go over your head. Stay blessed.